Oh.
It says that they're waiting. We're waiting for you.
Hold on.
Yeah, that just means it wants him to hit the go live button. There we go. Something's happening. No Kelly. We is live.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football Watch Party. You're here with your first host, Kelly Doc Meyers, my co-host, Jeff Dole Whip Dad Bates, and Pete Mad Dog McDevitt. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Welcome to Thursday Night Action. We are live here while a lot of preseason games are going on. A lot of action going on around the NFL tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to talk a lot about our forecast and what we're thinking. Jeff, talk to me a little bit there, buddy.
Well, I don't know if I want to because my Chargers are having a rough week or two here. We've had a rough injury report. Our running back doesn't want to play. Our safety decided to have some surgery, so I had to change all my picks, and they're not as happy as they used to be. But yeah, where do you guys want to start? And first of all, I was just gonna say it. I sound goofy because I am sick. I'm sick, so I'll try not to sneeze on everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Michael. Hey, Preston. What's going on? Hey, R. Johns. What's going on? R. Johns, hi from Hollywood Studios. Now I'm just jealous. Hey, buddy. How are you? Thanks so much for coming in. So where do you guys want to start?
Well, I do want to report on my Chiefs. They have been trying to talk some of your players into not playing this year, so I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah.
All right, Pete, go ahead.
What's going on?
I'd like to point out. I just want to point out that for those Philadelphia Eagles fans out there, and I know we got a couple of them.
No, we really?
We are Ravens 26-0 halftime in Philadelphia. So somebody's getting their legs broke coming out of the park.
One of my favorite teams every week is whoever's playing the Eagles. So there you go.
Not want to be so. All right, so we're here Thursday Night Live. It's our kickoff to the season. We had our opening show last week talking about where we're going to go. There's Brandy and Dave just joined us. That would be Dave. I see Stacy Rogers. Welcome in. We're going to talk up first about our predictions for what we see NFC, AFC. Talk a little bit up to the three of us to the Super Bowl for where we figure what we're doing. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some rookies of the year, some MVP potentials. We're going to have later on in the show, we will have my quick segment. It's the lock of the week for Thursday night. This week it will be a college game because the first game is college. That will be brought to us by Sports Talk on Saturday night with Steve's World and Walt. And then in the right down below there, we have two big things. I'm going to touch base on one, and then I'm going to throw it to Kelly for the more important one. Two things going. One, our league is live. We are going to have a DraftKings League live where you'll be able to play against us and several other members of our community. You can choose to play, not to play. It's a weekly thing. Do it once. And that link is down in the below. And I will also ask Kelly to throw that up into the chat throughout the night if you don't mind. But more importantly, we are supporting in full the crew and the Beverly Challenge. And Kelly, I'm going to throw that over to you for a second to put that out before we get rolling.
Okay. Well, as you all know, the This and That crew, love those guys. They have got everything together for the Beverly Challenge. The Beverly Challenge is, This and That. Got to show off the swag there. Those guys have done a great job setting up this event. Steve from Steve's World has worked so hard, and a lot of people have come together to make this happen. So now there's an official site that you can go and donate to this Beverly Challenge charity. It is down in the description down below. That link will take you to the Give the Kids the World website where you can donate. You'll get to see all the participants, who is going to be the ones foaming at the nose or however that's going to be with all the Beverly. And you can see who's in it. You get to donate money for a wonderful cause to help some amazing kids. It's an amazing organization. And there's also a link there in the website that you go to that can tell you all about Give the Kids World and the amazing work that they do in getting kids to Disney and to helping them get dreams and go places and do things that they wouldn't normally get to do. So it's typically for special needs kids. It's an amazing organization. So check out that down below.
Thank you, Stacy. She threw that out into the chat, so we do appreciate that. That's excellent. Really excited about that. And I hear that they've got a really, really good color guy for the event. So I'm pretty, it's pretty top of the line from what I hear. So it should be interesting, a lot of fun. We're going to be broadcasting live and more information to come on that. But let's talk some football. That's why we're here. Let's start off with the NFC East. That is, to me, some of the oldest teams in the league. I want to save the AFC East till later just because my two co-hosts may fight each other. So we're going to start over in the NFC. Of course, you're looking at the Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, and the Redskins. Now, to throw it out there before we throw our two things, just to let everybody know, the Sporting News has it going Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Redskins, with both the Redskins. Yeah. Redskins and Giants both at 4-12, Eagles at 11-5, and the Cowboys at 12-4. The Bleacher Report has it being the Eagles at 11-5, Dallas 9-7, New York at 4-12, and Washington 6-10. So actually Washington third. I will tell you that for me, I sat down and I did every game all the way over, tracked them all the way over, and I have almost close to the Bleacher Report. I've got Philly coming in at 11-5, Dallas at 9-7, your New York Football Giants at 5-11, Washington at 4-12. Gentlemen, your thoughts on that?
I love you, but incorrect. No, the Cowboys will be taking the NFC East. Nick Foles flew away, and Mr. Wentz can't go 16 games. Write it down. He doesn't make it 8 games, and my Cowboys take it. I think we're going to go 11-5. Zeke will sign. Offer today, I hear, second highest paid running back ever. I don't know if he took it or not, but he will. I don't love our schedule. It's a rough schedule. By our, I mean the Cowboys. But not only do I not like the Eagles, but I don't believe in Wentz. I just don't. I got people all over picking him for the MVP. I don't see it. Without Zeke, no, he'll be there. What's he going to do, hang out in Cancun all year?
Interesting. Kelly?
So here's what I got. I got the Eagles taking it at 12-4. I got Cowboys at 10-6. And I actually have Washington at 6-10 and the Giants at 4-12.
So you like the Redskins' new?
I think it's going to be the Eagles. What's that?
I think Garrett is probably going to do the best job in coaching this year in a long time. I really do think that. I think he's going to bring that team along. They're really capable. Dallas is definitely capable of taking that division. It's really going to depend on a couple key games that they've got going on. And they do. They have a tough schedule all the way through. I got to agree with that too. So, the Giants are going to.
Our Dream says that Wentz is fragile. I don't necessarily think that it's because you've been hurt means you're going to be hurt. But at the quarterback position, I don't know. He doesn't look like Fran Tarkington. Let's put it that way. He doesn't look like Brett Favre. He looks like he finds a way to get out. And the whole thing about him last year in the locker room, and there seems to be a rip there. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it. I really don't like the Eagles. And I really do think that the Cowboys, I might be sounding like a homer here, but we didn't have Frederick last year. Zach Martin was hurt. Tyron was bad. If those three are all healthy, that's the best line in the NFL again. That's a big if because they're not, rookies. But I don't know. I see them being an elite line again. I see Zeke running the ball. I love Amari. And I like the defense. I do. I think we're above average on the defense, and I don't know. I just don't believe in the Eagles is really what it comes down to.
Welcome in, Kelly. Before you go, real quick, welcome in Willie Parker. Pirate Princess Red is here. I said, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Sorry in the middle, of course, and Stacey Rogers, of course, we already talked to, and Michelle Varico. I hope I'm saying that right. Kelly.
Okay.
Any other thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, what I was going to say is here's the deal. Dallas is going to have a great year. They really are. There's no doubt about that. And they do. They have the potential to have a great season and maybe get there. I mean, to me, it's close. It is, but I got a feeling the Eagles are actually going to take 12 this year.
The big betting line in that whole division might be how quick Daniel Jones ends up being in at quarterback in New York. If you're looking at them going 4-12, 5-11, it could be quicker than they think. I truly think that kid's got a lot of talent. Eli's done a great job for him, put a couple rings on their mantle, but they're looking to transition. And of course, the Redskins, you just don't know what you're going to get with that. Daniel Snyder tends to put his fingers into that cookie jar a little bit too much. And
I haven't watched Daniel Jones play yet, but everything I read is impressive. I need to watch him with my own eyes, but I don't know. He never won. Like, there's not a lot of college quarterbacks that don't win, that become elite in the NFL. There's a few. Elway did it, and there's a few. But I think the most wins he ever had at Duke is, 5? So I don't know.
He's got sound mechanics is what I like, and that's the difference for the NFL quarterback. Those guys that develop into top quarterbacks, they start with really sound fundamental mechanics, and that he does have. And he's got a strong arm, so it should be interesting to see. So we move over from the East to the West. Things get a little bit unique out there as you get out to the West. We are talking in the West. That is your division with your Los Angeles Rams, your Seahawks from Seattle, the 49ers dynasty from the 80s, and the Arizona Cardinals. So going across the board real quick, Sporting News has it. The Rams taking the division 11-5, Seattle at 8-8, San Francisco at 8-8, splitting with Seattle, and the Arizona Cardinals bringing up the rear at 3-13. The Bleacher Report has it the Rams 10-6, edging out the Seahawks, also at 10-6, winning by virtue of winning both games against them. They have the 49ers at 8-8 and Arizona at 4-12. I will say I have the Rams even having a better year than I think, looking at their schedule. I could be a little bit out of it, but I've got the Rams at 14-2.
Oh, wow. 14.
Yeah, I really got to look at their schedule. I got Seattle at 9-7, the 49ers at 9-7, both right there. And then I got Arizona getting 5 wins myself. Kelly, let's throw it over to you this time first.
Okay, well, I've got the Cardinals at 5-11. I've got the Seahawks at 8-8.
Okay.
I've got LA and San Fran at 10-6.
Okay. So you're more closer to Bleacher Report. Jeff?
This was the hardest division for me. It really was. The only team that I didn't let myself consider was Arizona. I don't believe in Murray. I just don't. I do like their coach, Kingsbury, and I know he loves Murray, but I just don't see it. But I went with the Rams, and it's a crapshoot. It's hard in the NFL to pick. Every year is different. But for me, this is the hardest one because I feel like you can make an argument for. I mean, people are trying to make an argument for the Cardinals, but I think everybody else you can make an argument for. I like what the Niners have done. I'm a big Pete Carroll guy, but the Rams are tough. I mean, McVay knows what he's doing. I like that quarterback a lot. I can see Gurley going off, but I don't even think he needs to. They're a talented team. They've got a lot of young talent on the team, so I went with the Rams. But it would be hard for me to be surprised by anybody in that division winning it, to be honest. Even the Cardinals, who I don't believe in, but if Murray's what people say, even they've got a shot.
Well, Seattle and San Fran really have a tough schedule, first off, when you look at their actual schedule all the way through. I like this kid Murray in Arizona in the preseason games that I've seen. I like what I see. I don't think he's ready for yet, but I like the fact that he moves and he's looking to throw while he's moving, which is a big difference from my quarterback here in Baltimore, who looks to run, then he looks to run, and then he's going to think about throwing, but he's probably still going to run. So that's a challenge. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that division. But I guess we're all in line with all the major organizations out there, and all three of us looking at the Rams, which could be interesting to see. NFC North, the Norris division, obviously one of the oldest divisions in the league, with your Bears, Packers, Vikings, and unfortunately still the lowly Lions in most situations. The Sporting News has the Bears in the cellar, has the Lions in the cellar at 5-11. Yes, your Vikings at 9-7, Bears in second place at 11-5, and your Pack coming out on top at 12-4. Bleacher Report pretty much mirrors from the bottom end. Detroit 6-10, moving up to Minnesota 9-7. Then it's got Green Bay 10-6 and Chicago 10-6, with Chicago edging out and getting 2 wins against Green Bay, which is interesting. Me, myself, I've got the Bears leading that division at 11-5, Minnesota at 10-6 over the Pack at 9-7, and Detroit at 2-14. Gentlemen?
You want to go, Kelly?
I've got I'll go. I got the Lions at 5-11. I got the Vikings at 8-8. I've got the Packers at 9-7, and I'm going with the Bears for 10-6.
Interesting.
I like the Bears there too. I actually see the Pack dropping back a little bit here. I don't believe in luck, but oh my gosh, have the Packers been on the right side of luck for the past couple of years. And so I don't think that stuff evens out. I'm not that kind of a thinker, but the Pack's going to come back. They just are. I think there's a lot, like I mentioned with Wentz in the locker room. I think Rodgers is the least popular human on the planet right now. And that's interesting because he's so elite. So I don't know. I feel like they're going to come back. I don't love the Vikings, but man, that roster's pretty good. But I got the Bears. I can see the Lions having a real long year. I think the Bears win that, and I think they win it easily. I think they're going to probably be the 2 seed, and I don't necessarily think they're going to move on that far, but I think they're going to have a nice record because I think the rest of that division is weaker than the others. Other people seem to think.
Interesting. Kelly, anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Agree.
So that's 3 of your 4. You got the finishing off with the NFC South, and that division there, which really could be interesting. The teams here, I like the Saints to be very strong. I think the Falcons or Carolina, you just don't know. They could be really good or really bad. And I really think Tampa Bay is going to be better than people are thinking. I have them a lot better. So Sporting News has right now the Saints getting the division at 13-3, Carolina coming in 8-8, Atlanta 8-8, and Tampa Bay at 3-13, which really caught me off guard. Bleacher Report has the Saints at 11-5, Atlanta 8-8, Carolina 7-9, and Tampa Bay pulling up the end at 6-10. This is where I get a little bit crazy, and I got the Saints at 12-4. I got Tampa Bay coming in second at 8-8, Atlanta at 8-8, Carolina 6-10. Kelly, I'm going to throw this one over to you. I'm going to step out for a second because I hear that my wife says I need to check the front real quick because of the storm. So I will be right back. I'm going to let you guys talk for a second.
Sure. Pete's been having a pretty good storm there tonight. We were on earlier with him, and the lights were flashing, and it was like he was flying the Millennium Falcon, and he got done, and he didn't do so well. It was kind of sparking. So I have Tampa Bay at 6-10. I've got Cardinals at or the Panthers, Carolina Panthers at 6-10. I've got Atlanta at 8-8, but I've got New Orleans at 9-7. I didn't feel strongly enough to go with 12. That's for sure. But how about you, Jeff? What do you think?
For me, the big one that might be surprising is I got the Falcons coming in last. And it's interesting because I've seen people picking Ryan as the MVP. I was actually talking to my buddy yesterday. He's a big Alabama fan in college and an Atlanta fan, and it made me go look at it. I see Ryan stepping back. I do. I think that I've got the wild card. I've got Carolina coming out as a wild card, and I got the Saints winning that division. I see Atlanta being a huge disappointment this year. So that's a long way of saying I've got the Saints winning handily. I think they're the best team by far in that division. I know their record or their schedule, is going to be a little tougher than it was last year, but I like Carolina. I could argue that Carolina might get in there mostly because their schedule is going to be a little different. But I believe in Breeze. I know he's getting up there in age, but that's a talented roster, very talented roster, and
yes.
And I just think the Falcons are going to be the story of that division because I got them coming in last.
Well. Okay, well, that covers the NFC altogether. So we'll call this halftime, and let's give a big shout out to Dean at the Live Place. Folks, we really can't thank Dean at the Live Place enough. He's got a YouTube channel, the Live Place, and you've got the liveplace.com. That's where you can find family-friendly streamers like us that you see here. Go check out the Live Place, subscribe to him, check out those streams. Great information. There's some wonderful people out there to check out. from all different genres of YouTube on there. It's growing all the time. Last time I looked, it was over 65 live streamers, which is it's amazing. And of course, Dean is just a extremely great guy. He does a lot of hard work for us and never asks really anything of us, and we can't appreciate him enough. So if you haven't checked out Dean at the live stream, please check him out. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, that's very well said. I caught the tail end of that, but I couldn't agree with you more. So we talked about see, I may have to step out again at some point. We do have some trees down and had the fire department out checking things around. So
wow,
yeah, fun stuff. Way to start out my Thursday. Glad the Ravens are playing in up in Philly, or we wouldn't be playing right now. So we got our predictions out there. Let's talk about, first off, before we get to playoffs and we get to looking at our Super Bowl or playoff selections up to the Super Bowl for the NFC. Let's talk for a minute about what the odds are out there. Now, Vegas odds that I pulled on average from 3 different sites. This is the general rounded number for where they have people right now. And I'm just going to run through the NFC. The highest ranked NFC team at 10-1 is the Los Angeles Rams. They are coming in third. Tied with them is the New Orleans Saints at 10-1 odds to start off the season. Followed next from the NFC by the Bears and the Eagles and the Packers, all coming in about 14-1. And then you get into your next NFC team is your Dallas Cowboys at 20-1, and it goes up from there. So the high odds makers do not have some of our favorites locked in there at that point. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm seeing right now as my playoff predictions, and then I'll throw it over to Jeff to start the NFC because being a Cowboy fan, and then when we do the AFC, Kelly will start his rebuttal on that. I have right now the Rams as the 1 seed, the Saints as the 2, the Bears as the 3, Philly as the 4, Minnesota's 5, and my dog of the week, Mad Dogs are barking, Tampa Bay, coming out of nowhere as the 6th seed in the NFC. Then moving on, I've got the Bears playing Tampa Bay, Philly playing Minnesota. From that, I've got the Rams playing Minnesota, New Orleans playing Philly. I got the Rams versus New Orleans in the NFC Championship game with the Rams proceeding to the Super Bowl from the NFC for me. Jeff Bates, you say what?
Well, I'll go the other way around. So I'll start with the 6th seed. I got Carolina making the playoffs barely. I did go with the Eagles because even if I'm right, the Eagles are solid. So those are my 2 wild card teams, and they both get beat in round 1 by the Saints and the Rams, and those 2 win to advance to play the Cowboys and the Bears. And I got my Cowboys beating the Bears to head to the big dance.
That's a homer pick.
It was, and I thought about that. I believe it, though. I really do. I think maybe I'm homer in it, and maybe it's just because I know more about the Cowboys because that's what I hear on the radio. I like the Bears. I like the Saints. I like the Rams. I like the Cowboys better. I think their roster is really, really good. I love coaches, and Jason Garrett drives me crazy. If he just lets up a little bit and stops being so dang conservative, I don't see how we don't have a big year.
So before we get to Kelly, we got a couple Dolphins fans in the chat asking some questions on there. Anthony Mazzano was asking about what we think about the Dolphins. We will get into that heavily when we get into the AFC for you. And also saw, I think, Mr. Gonzo PR in Dolphin Nation. I will tell you guys, I'll give you a little insight into about 20 minutes from now, but your Dolphins are picked at the exact bottom of the list at 500-1 to go to the Super Bowl.
They don't even know who their quarterback is yet.
Well, according to this right now, looking at the Vegas odds, they said there is a better chance of the 3 of us appearing on TV in a Speedo than the Dolphins making the Super Bowl. So that I didn't put that out. That came off of 3 Vegas lines. So, Mr. Gonzo, I'm sorry for you and for Anthony that are Dolphins fans. I love the Dolphins. I think they're a great team. I've been down to that stadium a couple times. I've enjoyed myself every time I get there. I love Marino.
They're a great team.
I do. I love the organization. I do. I don't think they're a talented team this year to win anything. I love the organization. I
already picked out my color of Speedo, so
I love the logo. I I love the logo. I'm a huge Marino fan. The old
I
days,
am too.
you
I
know.
am too.
I wish he would have won a Super Bowl. But to me, coming out of Pittsburgh, one of the greatest quarterbacks.
I could talk Moreno with. Oh my gosh, what a draft, by the way, the Moreno draft. We could talk about that all day long, but no.
Yep.
Actually, I think their quarterback needs to be Fitzpatrick, who we talked about last week, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yes, we did. Kelly, NFC, talk to us about what you got.
NFC
or AFC?
You better get your thongs out, boys, because for your swimsuits.
Like, unless we're talking on the feet, I don't like thong.
There was an argument last night on this and that. We don't want to get into that.
It was flip-flops and slides or whatever, yeah. So I don't know where you were going with that. I was just saying. So here's what I've got. I've got the Eagles and the Rams playing. And
hold on.
I'm picking the Eagles over the Rams. I think it's going to happen. I really do. I think this is the year that the Rams are going to falter, and because they're strong, but something tells me that something's going to happen. And so I'm going to pick.
Eagles make it a super full to come back after Wentz get hurt. Is that what you got?
Yeah. I just got a good feeling. So here's the deal. I got the Eagles taking it over the Rams. So then I got the Bears and the Saints. I'm picking the Saints.
I got to do this real quick for you, Kelly, with your pick right there. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that score?
Yeah, I see that score. I also know it's preseason. Marty Ball in Kansas City. We hardly ever won preseason games, but we were always in the playoffs.
Oh man, then he came to San Diego. Same.
Yep, I will give you that 100%. I agree with you there 100%. It is preseason. I get it, but we got McSorley going the whole game against the Eagles' #1 defense, and we put up 20-some points in the first half. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. So all right, so Kelly,
we're raising money for charity. Maybe it's a charity game. I don't know.
Absolutely. So Kelly's got the Eagles coming out of the NFC in the Super Bowl. Jeff has the Cowboys coming out of the NFC,
NFC
in the Super Bowl. And I have the Rams. So it's going to be interesting to see when we go back at the end of the year how close we were to that. So
I wrote down mine. You guys are writing down yours, right?
Yep, I got mine all tracked all the way through, so we definitely got that there. Cool. With that, make sure I know we've got 13, 15 people in the chat right now. I'm sure we have people that'll be watching as we go through. Make sure you subscribe. Dole Whip Dad, Kelly Meyers in the Mouse to make sure you get your weekly notifications.
Get Pete up there. We need to get him live streaming. Subscribe to
Pete. That's my goal now. So yeah, I would appreciate any subs that I can get. So
okay, so the coach on my field has just thrown the review flag, and I've got to see what's going on here. So I'm gonna step off a real quick second.
Let me help you out with that, Kelly. Here it is.
Yeah, there you go. It's on the field.
It's on the field. Kelly's gonna step away for a second. While Kelly steps away, Jeff, let's talk about Week 1 and some of the matchups that we got going here before we get over into our AFC and some of our other stuff we got going. Week 1 brings some interesting games. You got Chicago at home against Green Bay Thursday night. Opening line, last trend I saw was Chicago -3.5, over under at 46. You got Aaron Rodgers questionable for the game. I still say he's playing. I think the whole thing of questionable in preseason is just those guys testing the water with what all they're doing. I got Chicago covering this game myself. I think it'll be interesting. What do you think?
I think the Packers are going to be down this year. I think it's in Chicago. I think Chicago wins the game. I bet that'll be a very low-scoring game.
I agree. Low-scoring game. I don't think it'll be as high as they think. Game 2 starting on Sunday, 1 o'clock games. We've got the Falcons visiting the Vikings, going to Minnesota, playing inside the retractable dome there. Vikings currently at -4, total 47.5. I have picked Minnesota to cover against Atlanta in a high-scoring affair.
I would agree with that. I think the Vikings are going to have a good year. I think the Falcons are going to take a step back. I think if the Falcons were to pull off the upset, then I'd be very, very, very wrong on that, both of those divisions. So, I think the Vikings win that one handily.
Okay. Game 3, 1 o'clock start time. The Washington Redskins coming into Philadelphia. Philadelphia at a 8.5-point favorite at home. I have Philly winning the game but not covering against Washington in a 40-point game, right around the line, 40 to 44 in that line.
So you believe in the Redskins quarterback then, if you think he's going to put some points up?
What I believe in is that over the years of my life, I have seen the Redskins in Philly and the Redskins in Dallas game. It doesn't matter how good or how bad they are. They come down to 3-point games. So I'm thinking that the Redskins probably lose by about a touchdown is where I think it comes in.
Yeah, I think I agree with all that, except for I would say it's probably going to be a lower scoring game. Rookie quarterbacks in the first week, it's going to be hard for me to ever pick a rookie quarterback on the road in week 1.
Have they officially announced that he's starting?
No, but I can't imagine why he wouldn't.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Kelly, your thoughts? Redskins on the road?
Redskins on the road.
In Philly. Philly laying 8.5.
Philly, Redskins.
Philly laying 8.5.
8.5 is a lot.
It's a lot of points. So it's interesting.
I'm out there sometimes, guys. I'm out there.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Next game, 1:00. The Buffalo Bills coming into New York to face the Jets. Currently, Jets -3, 38.5. Low scoring affair, I think, in my mind. I have the Jets either at a push or just barely covering against the Buffalo Bills.
Kelly, I don't know what to do with the Bills. I really had trouble with the Bills. I haven't looked at them as much as I probably should. I like Greg Williams in New York. I think he's going to get at the quarterback. I think so. I don't know. I don't have a good feel for the Bills. So I'll be interested to see what happens in that game. It'll probably have a lot to do with how I look at both of those teams for the rest of the year.
Okay. Kelly? We've got a guest.
Yeah. Taylor's going to bed. He just wanted to start.
Good night, buddy.
So,
night, buddy.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. I'm
Buffalo going into the Jets. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Buffalo just because I don't feel comfortable with the Jets. I'm just kind of right there with both.
I'm really not sure what to do with those games, either of those teams.
Anthony's asking us about the score of the Miami game right now. Jacksonville is winning 7-6 at halftime in Miami. That is the current game score right there. So Mr. Gonzo says, I wish we had the Bills-Dolphins seasons like the 90s. Yeah, they were some great years, during those times when they were going back and forth. Jim Kelly, Marino, Don Beebe was on that team, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Beebe, nice.
Yeah.
Why was his helmet always too big? What was that about?
Why was what?
Don Beebe's helmet always too big. What was that about? His helmet was always.
I don't remember.
He looked like Astro from what was that? The Jets.
Was it the hair?
I don't know. He always looked like his helmet was too big. I don't know. And talking about the Dolphins, my favorite game in the history of the NFL was my Chargers. It was like 81. The Kellen Winslow flea flicker in like double overtime, and
oh yeah,
that was an amazing ball game against the Dolphins. But I actually have always been a Dolphins fan, and not always, but it was because of Marino. Like I love Marino. Like when I was a high school quarterback, there was 2 guys I wanted to be, and one of them was Moreno. He just had that beautiful release. He just fired the ball like magic. And in case you were wondering, no, I could not do that. But I tried. But yeah, he is beautiful. I love watching that guy. So I've always kind of rooted for the Dolphins, but this year I don't see it happening.
Gallantly Streaming says they're having a lousy week. We're sorry to hear that. Hope your week goes better. We don't.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry to hear that. So.
Thank you, everybody.
Anthony Manzano says, Kelly, the reason that Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl was that he never had a defense. His offenses were good. And that's true. I mean, they did have struggling defenses. They were definitely impressive through the years. Duper and Clayton.
Marino to Duper, yeah, and Clayton.
Duper and Clayton.
Man, they were so good. Yeah.
All right, that brings it's a good segue into our next game. 1:00 game, my Baltimore Ravens going down to Miami. We're laying 4.5. Personally, I feel like we could be laying 7 and still cover. I think Miami has a struggling year this year, and I'm looking forward to what we can do. I don't think we're going to be throwing the ball a lot, but I do think we're going to be running the ball very well, and I got us covering. Over-under is questionable. It's at 37.5. It's a mid-range number, which is telling me that they think it could go either way. It could be one of those things where it's a 45-point game and just crazy with a lot of turnovers, or it could be a 13-10 game with a lot of running and the clock getting run down. So, Jeff, throw that to you.
I'm interested to see what the Dolphins do at the quarterback position. If they've got Fitz in there, They're going to throw the ball all around, and I would say they have a better chance to beat the Ravens at home with Fitzpatrick in there. If they go with Rosen, right? Rosen. I see the Ravens winning that game handily. I can't,
because Gonzo's out there at Miami by 7. Gonzo, you definitely need to get in touch with me and get into our Survivor League, because I need to go at it with Mr. Gonzo on a Survivor League. You need to DM me if I can get you that information. I'll
send it to you, Gonzo. I got. I'll send it to you, buddy.
Send it to Gonzo.
I'm not sure what to do with your Ravens, honestly. I really not. I haven't watched Jackson enough to believe in him, and I don't know the roster well enough. I just know the Dolphins are weak, and I think they're going to go with the younger quarterback, and they're going to get blasted. So
it'll be interesting, Kelly.
But if they've got it at home, then I would give the Dolphins a better chance by quite a bit.
I've got the Ravens in that game. I do. I got the that first week.
Good deal. Okay.
That's what I got here.
Moves us to a 4:00 game as we start the first of those. You've got San Francisco traveling to Tampa Bay. They will be in the big sombrero. Tampa Bay currently at -2.5. Will start initial down to -1. It's dropped drastically, almost 3 points total. It's getting flat in that game. I think San Francisco is going to have a great year. They're traveling across the country to start the year. I still say Tampa Bay is my surprise team this year. I think their quarterback finally has the year that they drafted him to, and I've got Tampa Bay taking game 1 in the big sombrero. Kelly, throw it over to you for this one. Start.
Who was it again? Tampa and who?
San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I got
traveling
the 49ers.
to Tampa. Got the 49ers.
I got 49ers on that one.
Okay.
It's gonna be. I think it'll be close, but I got the 49ers.
I think this game is huge. I think this is one of the 2 most important games of week 1. I think the team that wins has a chance to prove some people right and have a good year. And it's big for your Bucks, like your choice. If the Bucks go 0-1, losing a game at home in week 1, it could get ugly. The Niners, everybody's picking. I think you're right. I think I'd go with the Bucks here, but I think that we're going to be in the minority on that one. I really do.
I think the cannons are going to be fired. I think Tampa Bay pulls that one out.
I don't think the James as much. We'll have to see, but that'll be a big game.
I need to go find. I know somewhere there's a couple places where you can get that PA announcer's voice where he's yelling, "Fire up the cannons!" I got to go find that. So every time I pick I can fire that up for you
there someday just to check out that pirate ship. I'm a pirate ship fan.
It is awesome.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. We went there. Ravens got killed when I went there, but it was a great game. It was a great game. So
that's cool.
All right. Of course, they've made some time changes on this, so my thing jumps around. So at 1:00 also is your Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. I'm pretty sure that Marcus Allen is on the roster somewhere, and they are going to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Talk about a team they haven't played anybody here in preseason. I don't know what they're going to do. Right now, Kansas City goes in -4.5 over under a 52. I think they break 52. I see Kansas City covering by 10 or more. I'm going to throw it to Kelly first since it's his team.
Wow. So I will tell you, I'm honestly torn with this one. I've really struggled with it. I've my papers scratched out, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. To be honest with you, it's the first game of the year. But I'm gonna stay diehard with my Chiefs. I think they're gonna pull it out. I think they are. I think they're gonna kind of shock everybody. There's a lot of people out there right now that think the Chiefs are gonna probably lose this game, and I think they're just gonna pull it out. I think Mahomes is gonna pull like a last 2-minute 90-yard pass and pull it out of the ditch. That's so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Do we need to time out Mike Riley? He's a Patriots fan, I don't know if we need to time him out.
We could time him out if we needed to. Yeah.
You know what? It's good to back your team, whether you like it or not. Here's what I'll say about the Patriots.
Right.
And I have battled with the Patriots, with the Ravens the last couple of years. Here's what I'll say. I wish Zip was in here. I would love to argue with him right now. I know he's not a Patriots fan like Shep is, but I know Zip put some great arguments together for the Patriots. What I'll say about him is this. I can't stand the fact that they keep winning because I'm sick of all the Boston fans up there telling me about it when I'm up there for work. That's the first thing. But
Amen.
I think that they have, or not think, I know that they have a Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame coach, and a Hall of Fame owner from what he's done in the NFL community. You got to respect them for that. They've got the rings to hold their own where everybody can complain and cry.
No, they
They've
don't. Vladimir Putin keeps stealing their ring. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah, Putin keeps stealing them. They're on eBay in Russia, Russian eBay right now, But I got to give the credit and respect to them. So Anthony Manzanos, Pete, Dolphins can beat your Ravens because it seems when teams from up north come down to Miami or Florida in general, they struggle with the humidity. Yeah, that is a great point. I got to give Anthony his point there. Going down and playing in Miami and 92 plus with the humidity down there definitely takes a lot out of it. I just don't think there's enough horses in the stable right now to for the Dolphins to pull that out. And I'm sorry, Anthony. And hey, look, if we're wrong, we come back week 2. I'll definitely be able to acknowledge that. Stacey Rogers says, if you want a Patriots fan timed out, I'm your girl.
So Sawyer in the Middle wants to know about KC's defense. You don't have a good read on them. I don't think anybody's got a good read on our defense right now. I think we've got some good history there that's going to pull us through, but I got a feeling they've stepped up their game this year. I think the D is going to be a lot better than they were last year. They're going to need to be to pull it off. They're going to need to be. So, and Mike, you asked about the Giants. I'm just going to say I'm sorry. All right. Go ahead.
Tough
Go ahead. Yeah.
Good night, buddy. My son's going to bed. I'm going to say good night to the guys.
Good night, See you later, bud. Good night, buddy.
Don't. See you, buddy.
See you guys.
Yeah, a couple weeks. We can have or something.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to skip 1 or 2 games and come back to them because I'm going to finish them at the end. So let's go to 1 o'clock. The Los Angeles Rams traveling across the country to the Carolina Panthers. Opening line started at 2.5 with the Rams laying the 2.5. Current line has them -3. I'm still not impressed with Carolina. I've yet to, the hype over the years with the quarterback was just, to me, it's always been hype. He hasn't proven yet to me that he can win on a consistent basis. He's a talented guy. I just don't see him doing it. They do have a great running back there in McCaffrey. I think that the rookie wide receiver that they have, and I'm drawing a blank. God, help me out.
I don't know.
Anybody in the chat, help me out. I'm drawing a blank right now. He's going to have a great year. But I've got the Rams covering 3 in Carolina. I will throw that over to Kelly for you first.
I'm going to agree with the Rams on this one. I am going to agree with. I think they're going to take that. And I think I don't know if it'll be just 3. I think it might be a little more.
Mouse talk. Walt's in here.
Walt.
I hope you're packed and ready to go, my friend. So
Walt is a Rams. We're crazy.
So Walt, I want to let you know, since you're coming in a few minutes late here, so you don't have to go back and watch the whole thing, that Jeff did not pick the Rams in the Super Bowl for the NFC. He has the Cowboys. Kelly did not pick the Rams. Kelly has the Eagles. The only person who picked the Rams was me. I want you to know that, Walt. I had your back.
Wait. I've got the Rams win their division. I like the Rams a lot this year.
Yeah, Rams. Yeah.
I think they're winning division on the whole thing. I think they go all the way up to the Super Bowl. It'll be interesting to see how we lay out our Super Bowls. But, Walt, we want you to make sure, travel safe from all of us. I know you're packed and rolling out in a couple hours. So, and we will see you when we get down there, all 3 of us, hopefully.
That's right.
So, all right, Jeff, on the Rams, you got them winning this game against Carolina?
I do, but again, this is a tough one. I've got both these teams making the playoffs, and it's in Carolina, and it's week 1. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams dropped it, but yeah, honestly, I wouldn't put any money on this game if you want to be totally honest.
Okay.
But if I had to, if you're putting my arm behind my back, I'd go with the Rams. But
okay, I'm going to give you now, because Walt's in here. It works out perfect timing that he actually came in at this point. I'm going to give you my lock and my dog of the week for week 1. And this is brought to you by Sports Talk. It's by Saturdays on Mouse Talk's channel with Mouse Talk and Steve great job touching on all the different topics of all sports. If you're an NFL fan, definitely go and check those guys out. Saturday night, the lock of the week, dog of the week, brought to you by Sports Talk. Lock of the week for me, I have at 1 o'clock, your Tennessee Titans traveling to, and God, it pains me to say this, Cleveland Browns. Within my division, started out at 5, laying 5.5. I've got Cleveland Browns covering easily against Tennessee opening week. I'm gonna let either one of you can jump in on that one because I can see by the looks of your face. Kelly's in. Jeff's thinking I'm not.
I'm in. No, I'm actually in on the Browns on that one. Absolutely.
I haven't looked for what my lock would be. I'm not going to pretend like I have. I picked the Browns to win their division. We'll get to that in a minute, but it is Tennessee, but the lock, I don't know.
At home, opening day, I think they've. Well, first off, that team should have been much better over the years anyway. They've had 53 number one picks the last 6 years, I think, combined. Okay, right. They had a lot of mismanagement in their organization. They finally got football people doing it. They've got talent.
Don't they have Cody Podesta in there? The baseball guy?
Do. That's true.
They've got the guy from Moneyball in there.
They got the guy from Moneyball, but they're doing the right thing. They've got Chubb as the number one back. He's going to have a big year. He's my sleeper as a running back this year. It pains me to say it, but I really think it's going to be interesting there. So, Pete, Kelly, in your opinion, being that you guys both lived through the palms of both Tom Brady and Joe Montana, who's better? Oh, that is a great question. That is an incredible question.
Wow, that is
Montana. Okay, so what I will say is I think that Montana had better pieces to the puzzle around him that made him better. Clark was probably one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. Jerry Rice, arguably if not the 1, 2, or 3, somewhere in the depending on where you feel, the best wide receivers to ever play the game. His defenses were amazing. Brady has had less talented people and brought that up with him. I think Brady, in my opinion, sees the field better than Montana. He finds dump routes and things a little bit quicker. Montana found the slant routes better. There's nobody that caught that slant route better than some of the receivers from Montana. So I really think you could go either way. The game was a little bit different then. Exactly, Kelly. It's a toss-up. Both of them are Hall of Famers,
Jeff, so, you're over there. You're over there making the face.
I would have to disagree. I think that Brady is unarguably one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks of all time, and I think Joe Montana is not on the top 10 list.
Really?
Oh, okay. Wow!
He's not. He has the greatest receiver ever and one of the great offensive minds ever in Bill Walsh. Montana was great. Montana is great. But come on, I don't even like Brady, and Brady it's not even the same hemisphere.
I've got Brady in the top 5 of and fluctuating depending on which year you look at him.
Probably top 2 or 3 for me, but I love Montana. No, I don't. I think
both of them, both players are winners because of the scheme that was provided for them by their coach. I mean, let's be honest.
Was the most dominant coach, the most dominant offensive mind of his time by far, by Babe Ruth to whoever the best player was then. So there was a lot there. Oh, and by the way, the greatest, most dominant receiver ever in Jerry Rice. I'm not saying Montana wasn't great. He was great, but he's not there with Brady.
That's a great question. And so to go back and forth on all the way.
So I want to make my comment on this. So firstly, Joe Montana did play for Kansas City. So that kind of is
for you guys, didn't he?
What's that?
Didn't he win a playoff game for you guys?
I think he did. Got us, yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So, Jeff's on cold medicine. So maybe it's just because he's on cold medicine and Joe played for Kansas City that maybe that's why he's not a Montana fan. But I'm going to have to agree with. Don't anybody repeat this, okay? I'm gonna agree with Jeff and say that if I had to pick from the two, I would pick Tom Brady.
Well, if I had to pick from two, I'd pick Brady too. I got to say that too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Sawyer in the middle says John Elway is more talented than the both of them. John Elway had a better arm, no doubt about that. I don't know that John Elway is better than Brady. I couldn't put him above Brady.
More talented, yeah, but you know who's more talented than all of them? Jamarcus Russell. Who cares? He couldn't throw it to the right team. Talent takes you so far. Who cares?
Magikowski.
I'm just going to tell you right now, from all the years of dealing with Denver, you couldn't pay me to say Denver quarterback. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. So I told you I wanted to be Moreno. The other guy was Elway, and I hate the broad.
Right.
Dude,
Oh,
back in the day when he was a runner, like I wanted to be Moreno and Elway together. They were amazing. Amazing.
I cannot tell you how many hopes and dreams Elway ruined for
Chargers fan, me too.
So transitioning would be to the dog of the week. Again, brought to you by Sports Talk on Saturday night, 8:00. I have the dog of the week. I got Detroit traveling to Arizona, laying 2.5, and I got Arizona in an upset. Week 1 at home. Detroit, they're the team that just doesn't show up in my mind.
So
they haven't in the past 10 years.
In that game?
Detroit is favored 2.5. That's my dog of the week. I'm taking Arizona to upset Detroit at home. First ever game, new quarterback, new scheme, rebuilding the team. I got Fitzgerald catching a catch in the end zone somewhere under 2 minutes to win that game. In a very, very close game. That's my underdog pick of the week.
So Mad Dog, I just want you to know that we've left the lock-in for you, but I do want to give you my lock-in for week 1. The Bengals lose. That's my lock-in.
The Bengals lose. Okay.
That's my lock-in.
Yeah, I think I might be along that train more than the other one too. There, right?
That's the next game I've got. So, all right. 4:05, Cincinnati traveling to Seattle. Seattle laying 9.5.
Wow, 9.5. That's a big spread.
9.5. I have Seattle winning the game, but not covering.
Hard to say you're going to cover at 10 points, but it is Cincinnati. It is on the road. I don't see Cincinnati doing a whole lot.
Cincinnati's not going to be that good this year. They're not going to be that good this year at all. They're going to struggle. It's time for the Red Rocket to look towards transitioning. Their overall their depth is tough. It's tough. It's tough. So, Mike Polito asked a question. Hey Kelly, I got a question for you. How is the Bears this season? Go ahead, Kelly.
Well, did we cover the Bears? We covered the Bears.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are going to have a good season. This is that season that's going to be a breakout season for them. They're going to all the Bears comments for them the last few years. I think this year is going to be the chance for them to change. I mean, would you guys agree that Bears are going to have a better year this year?
I've got them winning their division.
I got them
third.
Yeah, I like the Bears this year a lot. I do. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I like their chances this year.
Right.
Rachel, the dogs are in here on the floor. We had a bad storm here, so they're right now. I have given them both something to knock them out a little bit because they were going crazy, and they are both sleeping.
Out here with this cold I got. Thank you.
I need a good nap.
What do you got? I'm in trouble.
We'll talk about that off stream. So, next game on the docket here is 4:05. Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers only at -3 against the Colts. To me, this has the potential to be one of the games of the week in week 1. If both teams come to play, I'm excited to see it. I still think overall the Chargers are a better team than the Colts, and I have the Chargers covering at home in week 1 against the Colts. Jeff?
Absolutely. Easy cover, especially with Luck's ankle not looking good. Even with my safety and my running back out, I see us covering.
Kelly? Big L?
Chargers lose.
Chargers lose.
Yeah, and it's not because I don't like your Chargers. I just don't think they're going to pull. I've got the Chargers at 11-5 this year. So it's not that I don't like the Chargers. I don't think they're a strong team, but for some reason, I don't think they're going to play this first game very well. I think they're going to be kind of finding themselves because they're missing some puzzle pieces.
There's no doubt. Yeah, it's a big game. Like it could set the tone. I mean, we could easily go, oh, we don't have our safety. Oh, we don't have a running back. I didn't get a shot to pick the Jag game, but I think the Jags have a shot against your Chiefs. It's in Jacksonville. I think Patrick Mahomes likes to throw the ball where he ain't looking, and Jalen Ramsey's going to be looking. I think that guy is Deion Sanders today. So I could see you 0-1. We could have a little lead even with our little safety issue.
What
Jaguars.
that game?
I coughed. I'm sorry. What was that?
What week is that game?
Week 1, baby.
That's week 1. The Jaguars in Kansas City. Kansas City's traveling there, and they're laying 4.5.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm worried about that game. I'll be honest with you. I think the Chiefs will pull it out at the last minute. I really do. But man, I think I'm going to be sweating that one. I really do.
It's a tough one. I didn't pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to make the playoffs, but I almost did. I think they're going to. I mean, they had a horrible year last year. I think they're going to come back. I really do. And I don't hate mortals like the whole world does.
Yeah. Anthony Mazzano had a good comment before, and he asked us to highlight that. Kelly, in my opinion, Dan Marino should be the number 1 quarterback of all time. He revolutionized the quarterback position because when the draft comes up, who do pro-style quarterbacks compare to Dan? It's a great point. It's a great point. I gotta give him credit there. And you can go back and argue the greatest of all time at each position, and everybody is going to be close, but a little bit different because everybody has the little nuances that they think, okay, well, what is the best thing? But definitely Marino is up there with that. Okay.
I love Marino. Yeah,
Dan Marino, by no doubt, is a great quarterback. He's up there. There's no doubt about that. No, I don't think anybody's going to dispute that with you. And like Pete was saying, everybody's kind of got that. I like this guy for this reason, so he's the best. We've all kind of got our little opinions and quirks about those quarterbacks, but by no means is Dan Marino not a great quarterback. He really is. So
should have been the first pick in one of the great quarterback drafts ever.
Yes, that one, and we will. One of these weeks, that will be something we look at and analyze. Is go back and look at that draft and talk.
I would love that. And then the Eli, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, that one too. That was a great one.
That's another great draft.
A lot of people have been jumping into the stream here, touring the Galaxy. I don't know if anybody said hi to Galaxy or to Gallantly Streaming. Diz Our Dreams in here. Guys, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Touring, looking forward to seeing you guys real soon. So
I'm looking forward to meeting those guys when we get down there, Kelly. I think Tuesday night probably we'll be able to do that. And I'll be able to hopefully get introduced to them. I think they do a great job. If you haven't checked out their channel and you're a Disney fan, those guys do a great job. Dana and John, am I right?
John,
right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, they do a great job.
And Mike's
heading
out.
They do good.
See you, Mike. Mike's heading out.
Mike's heading out. Wheeler's heading out?
No, Polito. Mike Polito.
Oh, Polito. Okay, cool. Hey, great input by him. I love it. Anybody, if you're interested, again, we got 2 things going on this week as we finish working through this. We are supporting the Give Kids the World charity event for the Dis and That channel. Ask everybody to take a look at that link below and consider whatever support you can help would be great. And, of course, we have our fantasy challenge going on where you can come in to the DraftKings and challenge the guys on the stream here along with several other YouTubers that are out there jumping in with us. And we encourage you to jump on that link. It's down below. And also, if one of our mods could throw it back in. I know Stacy did it earlier. We truly appreciate it. Sorry, I've got to change my channel real quick. Go back over to the NFL Network because the Ravens game is now in a rain delay for thunderstorms, which doesn't surprise me. I'm actually shocked it took them that long on that. So, all right, next game on the docket that we haven't talked about yet is the New York Football Giants traveling, hobbling, limping into Dallas. Dallas at a 7.5-point favorite to open up the season. I just don't see how Dallas can lose this game, Jeff.
2 of the best running backs alive going against each other right there, assuming Zeke puts his helmet on. I don't see how if the Cowboys lose, man, I'm very wrong on my picks. We should win this in a walk.
Okay. Kelly?
Agreed. There's no doubt Dallas should take this. Not a problem.
Interesting. Okay. We're all in agreement there.
Probably be my lock now that I'm thinking about it, but I'll have to look. I'm not.
Okay.
That'd be a good lock, Jeff. That'd be a good one.
8:00. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the New England Patriots. I know we have Patriots fans in the chat. And the Patriots right now are holding laying 6 at a 51.5 line. I've got New England winning and covering against your Steelers on the road, at home against the Steelers. Kelly?
This pains me. There's only one other team that pains me more to say they're going to win, and that's the Chargers. But the Patriots are definitely going to win this one, in my opinion. Unfortunately, they're a good team. You can't deny it, but I can still hate them.
Okay, Jeff.
I think Brady could take the week off. He could hang out with Giselle for an extra week, go to Cancun, and they'll still crush the Steelers at home.
Okay, that's 2 we're in agreement on easily there. All right, 7-10. Texans traveling to the Saints. You know, the Texans, a lot of people are talking about the Texans this year.
I don't know what to do with them. I really don't know what to do with the Texans.
I don't either. I don't get it. The Saints are laying. It started at -9. It's dropped to 7. The money line is shifting a little bit. People are taking Houston on the road with the points. It's got an over-under of 53 that hasn't really moved much. I still think New Orleans wins at home. But then again, I'll be the first to say, in my survivor pool last year, the New Orleans Saints kicked out 30 people in week 1 when they fell flat on their face at home against Tampa Bay. So, Kelly?
Bad Tampa Bay team, too.
Yeah.
Saints.
I mean, that's the thing that's awesome about the NFL, and that's the thing that's awesome about a Survivor League. Any given day, right? Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine picking. Again, I don't know what to do with the Texans, but I know I'm not going to pick them to win in New Orleans ever. This year.
On the road, indoors, that place is crazy. The fans are nuts. I just don't see it either. Yeah. So, all right, last game on the list for opening weekend is the Denver Broncos with Joe Flacco, who I still have his jersey locked away in a closet somewhere, against Oakland in Oakland. I think Oakland is the second worst team in the league, in my opinion. Denver, is what they are. Oakland is actually laying 2 at home right now. It's dropped from -4 to -2. Tells me the money line's going towards Denver. We haven't really seen Denver yet with Flacco behind the realm. We don't know what's going to happen with their number 1 receiver. I think Cortland Sutherland's going to jump up as their number 1. So it could be interesting there. But I've got Denver covering on the road in Oakland. Jeff?
So this would be one that I would keep my money in my pocket on. I don't like either of these teams having a big year at all. Can't imagine. I don't know. I wouldn't. I hate the Raiders. I hate the Broncos, but I hate the Raiders a lot more. I don't know. I'd probably go with the Raiders because they're at home, but I wouldn't be very confident in it. Let's put it that. It will not be my lock of the week. How about that?
Not be your lock of the week. Gonzo's on his way out. Thanks for being in here. We appreciate
you, my friend.
Have a good one. I despise both these teams, and I don't see either one of them having a good year at all. It's kind of like, which is the lesser of two evils here. But I'm gonna say Denver's probably going to do it just because. But I think it's going to be painful to watch. I just do.
I don't know if I think the Raiders are going to be as bad as everybody thinks, but I don't think they're going to be good. I mean,
right.
They've got the new receiver. I like their rookie running back. Their quarterback just a year ago was like getting a big, huge contract. Everybody loved him. So they've got some horses, and I don't know.
Defense hadn't been the same since they traded away Mac.
Yeah, what a trade that was.
I think they need a couple more years to solidify what they got. They got talent. They need a couple more years.
Hold your horses. Special announcement. We may not be able to say this a lot this year. The Dolphins have the lead against Jacksonville.
If they go with Fitz, they are still in the AFC East. They could still win one game.
Quarterbacking right now. Fitzpatrick was 12 of 18 for 126 and a TD tonight.
You go. What? I don't know. I don't know how people watch him and not think he's a very, very good quarterback.
He's not
very good. I mean, he ain't Phillip Rivers. He ain't Tom Brady. He's pretty dang good. Like I don't understand what's wrong. I don't know. Maybe I've just seen him on his good games. I don't understand it. He looked pretty dang good to me.
It'll be interesting to see. Willie Parker's got Denver 24-14 over Oakland in Oakland. So
Yep.
Desiree is a very smart guy. Fitzpatrick is very intelligent. Incredibly, he went to Ivy League school.
Harvard or something.
Yeah, he's incredibly intelligent. So,
Harvard.
right. So let's with that, let's transition over to the AFC. Talk about what our predictions are there for each one. Packers are winning 21-13 in Oakland right now. I'm not even sure who's quarterbacking. It might be Bart Starr. I'm not sure. But somebody's in there. Somebody I don't recognize is quarterbacking right now. So right now, the New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs are picked tied for first overall by Vegas to win the Super Bowl, both at 6-1. Then you drop down to the Colts, number 5 at 14-1. From that, the next AFC is the Browns at 20-1, and the Pittsburgh Steelers at 20-1. And then it really jumps up with my Ravens and Houston being next at 40-1. And of course, the Miami Dolphins. That's, if you got $1 and you want to throw it somewhere in Vegas to just see if you can turn it into a big bill, throw it on Miami for 500-1. You may lose. You're probably going to lose that $1.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
But you can turn out good money. I mean, if you're looking for good odds to play, 10-1 Rams and Saints.
What do they have the Chargers at?
The Chargers, 16-1.
All right, I'm all right with that.
16-1. Good. I mean, it's good money for them too.
Drop
it's good money for them too. So, all right, let me flip back here to the AFC, and we'll talk about that. We'll start with. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna finish that last because I want to let you two battle that one out. So I'm gonna go to the. Now I'm going to leave your division. I'm going to leave your division for last. I want your division last. So we're going to start in the East, and we're going to go talk about what sporting news has. They've got the Patriots at 13-3 winning the division. They could have just printed something from 4 or 5 years ago. It would have been the same thing. They've got the Jets coming in second at 9-7. Your Buffalo Bills at 5-11, and the Miami Dolphins pulling up the cellar at 2-14. The Bleacher Report: New England 12-4, Buffalo 6-10, Jets 5-10, Miami 3-13. The Mad Dog here, I've got them. New England 12-4, winning the division. Jets 6-10, Bills at 6-10, and Miami 3-13. Jeff Bates, what say you on the AFC East?
I saw Tom Brady posted that his son had a birthday today. I think if Tom Brady's son quarterbacked the Patriots this year, they'd still win the AFC East. I don't think there's any chance anyone else wins. It doesn't even matter. And that's why the odds are going to be so low on them for 2 reasons. One, everybody likes to pick them because you go to Vegas, you put 20 on the Patriots, and you tell your buddies you got to cash that, whatever. But the other one is you can't deny he's great. Belichick is great. Brady's great. But part of that is simply this: the AFC East has been bad since before I liked girls. It's been the worst division in the history of the NFL. So I don't.
Hashtag before I liked girls.
I liked them young. Trust me.
That's fantastic.
So I don't. It bugs me, but there's no way they don't win. I don't even know what record to give them. You could say 15-1, and I don't know who they would lose to. I don't know their schedule out of conference or out of division. I mean, but if they don't run the table in the AFC East again, I don't know what happened.
Willie Parker noted that Bart Starr is dead. Yes, that's why I used that reference. Stacy, thank you for posting that in there. I appreciate it. I am trying to get up over 100 subs so Zip doesn't steal my name. And welcome in Captain Akron. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. I think Akron's going to like some stuff he's hearing coming up now. Yep. Kelly, I challenge you to top hashtag before I liked girls. Go ahead and talk about the AFC East.
I'm on medicine.
Wow.
I'm on medicine.
I'll just say that before Jeff liked girls. I got to agree. How do you not pick New England? How do you not? It's just I've got them at 11-5 though this year. I've got the Jets at 9-7. I got the Bills at 7-9, and I got Miami at 4-12. So
that Jets is surprising. Interesting.
So
games. I mean, that's the thing. Whoever comes in second is just going to be the one that beat up on the other two teams, right?
Yep, that's kind of what I'm looking at here, and that's not going to be too hard to do by looks of it. So that's where I'm at.
All right, we'll talk about the AFC South next, and then we'll go to the North and finish with you guys. AFC South is interesting. Colts, Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans, Unique facets all the way around. Sporting News has the Jaguars in the basement at 4-12. They've got Tennessee at 5-11, Houston at 8-8, 500 ball, and winning the division, the Indianapolis Colts at 11-5. Bleacher Report has the Colts at 10-6, winning the division. Houston at 9-7, Jacksonville 8-8, Tennessee at 7-9. I am about to set chat and probably direct messaging on fire with what I'm about to say. Okay,
Here we go.
Somewhere in Disney right now, Steve World's ears are going to be on fire. To me, this is the worst division in football. Okay, in my mind, as far as overall talent, everything, I got 3 of the 4 teams at 4-12, and I got the Colts winning the division at 7-9.
7-9.
7-9 winning the division. Looking at their record, I've got them losing to the Chargers, got them losing to the Chiefs. I've got them losing to a lot of good teams. I think the Colts have a really tough record. I have a really tough schedule this year. So I got the Colts winning the division at 7-9. I got everybody else at 4-12. I'm setting things on fire. Go ahead, Kelly. I'll throw that to you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've got the Colts at 11-5. I got the Texans at 10-6. And then I've got Tennessee at 8-8, and I think Jacksonville's just going to pull up the back end of it with about a 6-10 record.
Okay.
So I need someone to flag this time on this video, because when I'm right, I want to remind you to. I do have 2 teams in this division making the playoffs.
Whoa,
dog. And I have the Jaguars winning the division.
Wow. That's an even bigger pick than me.
Wow.
I like
Okay.
Bills a lot. Fournette looks to be healthy. Jalen Ramsey is Deion Sanders. I don't see them being anything like the team they were last year. 2 years ago, everybody was picking them to go to the Super Bowl. What's different?
That's
well,
crazy. I
here's
look, I
Nick
give you
Foles.
props.
I love Nick Foles. This is a Nick Foles pick. I love Nick Foles.
I've got the Jaguars winning in week 3 and not winning another game until week 8. So that's a bold prediction on your end. I like it. I love it.
I am just going to tag this just for the time deal, just so you have an excuse in case there's a problem.
I love it.
Just so when we do go back and look at this, we can say, well, he was on cold medicine. It's okay.
Here's what I have to lose there. Nothing. If I'm right, you guys remember it. If I'm wrong, nobody remembers it. So that's right. But this is Nick Foles, man. I love Nick Foles a lot.
I think it's a great stretch. I do. I'm kind of cool with that, to be honest with you. That'd be awesome. Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be something. It'd be nice to say that, hey, Jeff was right, man. That'd be something. Wow. Okay. We've definitely sparked some things there with going with that one. Dizar Dream says, with a big question mark. Gotta like that. Okay.
Stay tuned.
Talk about the AFC North. This is where a lot of my local Baltimoreans, if any of my friends are watching the stream in the replay, I'm probably going to get my house egged. But here's what we got. Because I am not. I love my Ravens. I'm wearing my purple. I've got my hat. You can see behind me. I do love my team, but I'm trying to be realistic in doing this show. The Sporting News has the Browns at 11-5, Steelers at 10-6, my Baltimore Ravens at 8-8, and the lowly Bengals at 5-11. The Bleacher Report has Cleveland at 10-6, also winning the division. My Ravens at 9-7, Pittsburgh at 8-8, and Cincinnati 6-10. I have the Browns at 12-4 this year, winning our division.
12-4. Wow.
I have the Ravens coming in second at 11-5. Pittsburgh at 10-6, Bengals at 2-14. I like our black and blue division. I think Cleveland, this is the first year that they actually step up and do something and show a little life. The Bengals are on their way out. Roethlisberger doesn't have the horses in the thing. I know everybody's talking about, hey, the guys that are coming in behind Bell and behind Brown. I'm waiting to see it myself and see it work. I definitely think they'll be a good team. It's a tough place to play in Pittsburgh. But I've got the Browns doing that. So I think it's Dole Whip Dad. I think it's your turn to throw that out.
Honestly, I wrote down the Browns, but it was in my very, very deepest, darkest I need medicine moment. I can't do it.
Blasphemy.
I'm going with your Ravens. I'm changing it right now. I can't do it. I want to believe in your quarterback. I don't quite yet, but I don't believe in Baker as much as everyone else does. I just don't. I like him. I love his attitude. I just need to get off the bandwagon. I think everybody's picking the Browns, and so I'm gonna go with your Ravens. I am. I can't do it. I can't do it with Cleveland.
Nice. Thank you, Kelly.
I'm going way out there. I got the Steelers at 10-6.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think they can do it. I've got Cleveland at 9-7. Sorry, but I got Baltimore at 7-9, and hopefully they don't know where I live because my house will get egged for that. And then I got the Bengals fishing in a pond somewhere.
Kelly, just remember, it is Baltimore. We shoot first. So
that's the way I see it coming down. I think the Steelers are going to get one more over the Browns. I think Browns are going to have a good year for them, but I think the Steelers are going to get one more out of it.
that's the great thing about sports in general. It doesn't matter which one you're talking about. Everybody can have a different opinion. You can sit and you can say your opinion, then you can listen to somebody else and say, you know what, hey, that's not a bad point. Which is, again, why I love doing the show and why we're going to have a lot of fun this year. And when we bring on some special guests as the year go on, it'll be interesting to get some of those people fired up. I'm counting on it with a couple of our friends that we're going to bring on. Get them rolling. So, and I am extending the invite right now for week 1. I know he's not watching because he's on vacation right now, celebrating his anniversary. But I'm going to talk to him next week. I am looking to bring on Dale from Resort TV 1. For week 1, who is a huge Bears fan. So, and I'm working on the Green Bay fan. I have a couple stokes in the fire. If you got, to do the, left side, right side, it'll be interesting to see how we go. So with that, let's talk about the hottest division in football. What could be interesting here. The thing that may collapse our show, and we don't know. We're going to find out here in about 30 seconds.
He's on the other side for a reason, right? He's all the way over there.
You do understand, Kelly wanted this on his channel for a reason. He wanted to be able to mute you if he needed to. I told him that wasn't appropriate. So the sporting news, Kansas City Chiefs at 14-2, Chargers at 11-5, Raiders at 5-11, Broncos 5-11. Bleacher Report has the Chargers at 12-4 to use Cosell. Wow. Kansas City at 11-5, Denver 6-10, Oakland at 5-11. Definitely gonna like it. I got Oakland at 4-12 in the basement. The Broncos 5-11. Your Chargers 13-3, and your Kansas City Chiefs coming out number 1, 14-2, and winning the division.
So I have one question. If you got them at 14-2, I'm okay with it. Only if you got my Chargers beating the Kansas City Chiefs twice.
Oh,
I have both of you. I have both of you winning at home in the regular season. I have a split. I went back and forth on that. That was one of my hardest things to go back. I actually had, I hate to say it, but I actually initially had Kansas City winning both because the way the schedule lays out. And I came back and looked at it. I said, you know what? That game was going to be really close. I think that Phillip Rivers I think this is his year that he could have an MVP season.
Amen.
And so, but that's why it'll be interesting. Wait till we get to the playoffs. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna since I had to pick Kansas City to win, I'm throwing this one to Jeff first to let him talk.
I don't know if I want to talk on this one. So what I want and what I'm picking have nothing to do with each other. Derwin James is one of the best safeties in the NFL, and we don't have him this year.
Yes, it hurts.
Do see our running back sitting out for a game or 3. I think it's going to hurt us. So I do have my Chargers making the playoffs. I don't care about Denver. I don't care about Oakland. They can, neither one of them are relevant this year. I think they'll both make the playoffs because of that, even with Derwin James out. And I have some hope that he comes back at the end, but we're going to have to get through Kansas City because they're going to be the number 1 seed. Kansas City. I got them number 1, Chargers number 2, and I don't really want to listen to what Kelly's going to say now.
For those of you in the stream, it was 1 hour and 18 minutes into the stream.
I would not have made those picks had not James decided to break his whatever he did. I don't even know what he did.
Okay, so are you good for me to go now?
Not really.
All right. So, of course, I've got Kansas City, #1 seed. They're taking it. But I will tell you, I don't think it's going to be as big of a season for Kansas City as some people think.
I'm hoping.
I got them at 11-5, and I'll be honest with you, I'm still worried about the Chargers. The Chargers are the people that we've got to worry about this year. Obviously, the Broncos and Raiders. I got the Broncos at 7-9. I got the Raiders at 6-10. I'm not worried about them. I am worried about the Chargers, flat out.
I mean, it's a good roster. It's just it's the key spot. I don't know. It really worries me. I hope I'm overreacting, but
but you got to question it, and I don't blame you for questioning it. That's who I'm worried about as I'm worried about the Chargers, but no doubt I got Kansas City coming ahead, and I think they may even pull out a few more than the 11-5. I think I'm being favorable to give them 11-5. To be honest with you, I mean I love my Chiefs, but I'm trying to be real here. I honestly am trying to be real. I don't want to give them a 14.
We're both doing the same thing here. Maybe we're both a little worried for our team. I don't know. I give you a little garbage about Mahomes, but the dude is elite. He didn't know what he's doing yet. He's pretty dang good.
Stacy Rogers says at Dole Whip Dad, you see my post above.
No, I'm looking for it now.
About the secret project. I forgot to tag you in it. So if you check that out and do that. Michael Raleigh, the Patriots did win. They played nobody against Carolina and still won 10-3. And the Redskins beat Atlanta 19-7. So that was interesting there. Jacksonville and Miami are still playing in the fourth quarter with Miami up 19-7. And the Giants are playing in Cincinnati, but I don't know what's going on with that one. So Giants won 25-23 in Cincinnati. Interesting.
So let's get down to the meat of this now. Now what happens? Now we've got our picks.
Okay.
Go.
Let's talk about the playoffs and the Super Bowl. All right. Could be interesting here as we get into the AFC. I have in the AFC, for me, #1 seed, Kansas City Chiefs. #2 seed, Cleveland Browns. 3 seed, New England. 4 seed, Colts. 5th seed, Chargers. Ravens just getting in by virtue of 1-game winner in their division over Pittsburgh, taking the 6th seed. I've got the New England beating Baltimore. I hate to say it. We make the playoffs, but we lose right away. I've got the Chargers beating the Colts. I've got the Chargers going to Kansas City. I've got Cleveland going to New England. I've got Kansas City winning at home. I've got Cleveland in an upset over New England. Then I've got Cleveland going to Kansas City and getting blown out by Mahomes at home in that stadium. Kansas City going to the Super Bowl. Kansas City beating the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Jeff right now wants to kick me right in the groin and probably will next week when we see me in Magic Kingdom. He'll walk up and give me the full right kick blow to the nets. But I'm going to, since I picked Kelly to win, and last time I gave it to Jeff first, I'm going to give it to Kelly first because counterpoint from Jeff is going to be worth all the popcorn I can eat and watch.
I have to agree. I'll have to go back and watch the replay just to see his face as he's doing all this. So I've got Kansas City and New England battling it out. And I got the Steelers and the Colts battling it out. And believe it or not, I got the Colts beating the Steelers, and I got Kansas City beating New England, and then the Kansas City beating the Colts. And I think that's going to be the big game. It's going to be huge.
There's some huge in-season games this year that could really impact heavily the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Jeff?
I mean, every year. My turn. All right. So I got the Chiefs the #1 seed, and I blame Derwin James. And then I got the Pats #2. And I actually thought about putting the Pats 1 there because they have the East. But I don't. So I've got the Pats 2, and then the division winners have to be 3-4. So for me, it's going to be your Ravens at 3, the Jags at 4. And then I've got my Chargers at 5 and the Colts at 6.
Okay.
I got the Colts bowing out, but I got my Chargers winning on the road because it'll either be the Ravens by my choice or the Jags. That should be a winnable ball game. Then you've got Pats, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and then whoever wins the fourth game. I thought for a long time about this. All right, it'll probably be San Diego going to Kansas City in some ice bowl, freezing cold game. And I like the Chargers' chances there. Mahomes, Derwin James might be back. So I thought about this by far the longest of all the picks. But in the end, I'd go with the Chiefs because it'll be in KC. And I don't care about the rest. I got the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, and I don't want to talk about it.
Do you have them beating the Cowboys in the Super Bowl?
1 hour, 24 minutes
for the Super Bowl pick. You want to hear that now?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Happily, my pain ends, and I get to tell you that no, Zeke will be the MVP of the Super Bowl as the Cowboys beat the Chiefs as Mahomes throws 13 interceptions, all to Byron Jones.
I don't even have to ask Kelly who he picked for the Super Bowl, but go ahead and tell us.
I'm blown away with all the interceptions. I got the Chiefs. What did I say I was going to do? The Chiefs versus the. Believe it or not, I have the. Do I have that right? Chiefs versus the Eagles.
Yes, you do.
I really do. I think this might be the opportunity, and then we're going to throw a bucket of water on them at the end, and they're going to be like, oh. I think that's what's going to happen. You know what? I'm excited for this year, though. I think there's going to be some upsets in there, and we're all going to be wrong.
I mean, that's what's fun about it, right? I love that about it.
That's why they play the game, right?
Absolutely. All right, so we got interesting picks there. 2 of the 3 of us have Kansas City winning the whole thing. We all have different divisions coming from the NFC. It will be interesting to see how it plays out each week. I actually put mine onto an Excel spreadsheet and who I picked so I could go back and highlight and see how I did against it. If I'm going to be out here,
I'm
sorry.
There's a Steve joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you laminate it?
No, I plan to get Steve to laminate it whenever I can. So
when we go down there, I'm sure he's got his portable laminator on his hip.
Right.
So.
He's actually been texting me back and forth today a little bit, having some fun. He sent me a picture. Kelly, I think you might have been on that group one where he sent a picture of him on the belt with the belt. Did he send it to you? Yeah. So, it's some good stuff, and looking forward to getting down there with those guys.
Good thing it's plastic. It won't rust.
Yes. That was a good line by Preston. That was a good line.
It was.
All right. So let's talk about Rookie of the Year candidates. Who we think it's going to be, our favorite to win it, our long shot to win it, that type of thing. What I'm going to do is throw out the top 10 offensive Rookie of the Year candidates. These are not in any specific order because I went and pulled about 7 different sites and took the top guys that are listed on there. So let's see what we got going with that. And everybody to the chat, please, share it out if you don't mind. Bring some more people in. We love to talk with everybody in the chat and get the opinions of everybody that's out there. So Rookie of the Year candidates as they see them. Kyle Murray, Arizona Cardinals. Josh Jacobs, already mentioned by Jeff, with the running back for the Oakland Raiders. Dave Montgomery, running back for the Bears. Marquise Hollywood Brown with the Ravens as a wide receiver. A.J. Brown, wide receiver, Tennessee. Harry Nikhil, wide receiver for the Patriots, who I didn't know much about until I started doing this. DK Metcalf with the Seahawks, if he can get healthy, could be interesting. Dwayne Haskins, Redskins quarterback. Noah Fant for Denver. And the last of the top 10 that I found was Paris Campbell, the wide receiver for the Colts. For me, looking at this list, the one I don't think there's an odds-on favorite. I think that there's a couple of them that have the potential situation and talent where they could just run away with this. And that is Jacobs, the running back at Oakland, I think has the potential to do it. Hollywood Brown for the Ravens. I've watched this kid. If he gets somebody that can throw to him, look out. The speed is just absolutely ridiculous. And this kid, Paris Campbell with the Colts, is another one that I've been really impressed with his hands. Your guys' thoughts? Jeff, why don't you go first here, and I'll throw Kelly on defense.
I haven't seen the Ravens receiver, but everything I read, people love him. And I think that for me, the obvious choice here is Kyler Murray, but I'm not going there because I just think he's going to throw a million interceptions. I just really do. If he has a good year, he'll win it, but I still think he's going to have a good year. So for me, it's Josh Jacobs. He's going to start. Raiders are going to run the ball. He's going to have some good numbers. I don't see them having a good year either. The only way he wins is if nobody here has a good year. If Kyler Murray's team does anything even close to being above average, he wins it. But for me, it'll be Josh Jacobs.
Okay. Stacy, where did you send me? You said you throw the pick of the rookie of the year I sent you. Where'd you send it? Just curious, because I just looked on Twitter and I didn't see it there. Let me know where you sent it, and I'll go figure that out. Kelly?
Sorry. Stream went on for me. Came right back. Where are we?
We are on the rookie of the year, who we think it's going to be for offense.
N'Keal Harry. I got a feeling about him.
Really?
I don't have anything that really like just screams at me, but for some reason I just got a gut feeling about him. I think he'll do well.
It was interesting. There wasn't a lot of guys that I'm like, yeah, they're going to have a big year.
Right.
At least offensively. Well, both, really.
All right, Stacy, just so you know, I'm looking right now on Twitter, and I do not have it. It did not come through. Could be because I'm having storms here. My Twitter was going nuts earlier, and it's all of a sudden going really quiet. So that could be a possibility because we're still going through that. So I apologize. All right, jump back here. All right. So, I mean, again, a lot of these guys could really impact their teams and have the really potential up there. It just came through. Hold on. Let me see what Stacy's got. She wants me to share it. There we go. Okay. The rookie of the year that she sent me is her little one. Hold on. Let me figure this out.
Aw.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That's great.
I'm
Love
still
that.
trying to
That's
figure out
awesome.
how to side to side and everything. Sorry for moving around, but that's cool. Stacy's great. I've got to know her a little bit more. She is in the Survivor Challenge with us. I'm not sure if she's in the Fantasy Challenge yet, but I do know that she is in the Survivor, and it'll be interesting to play against her.
That'll be fun.
If anybody is interested in the Survivor League or the Fantasy and you're having trouble with figuring it out, send me a direct message, and I'll be glad to chat with you about that. We do have the links down below there. So
Stacey said that's a great name. Princeton. What a great name. Princeton. I like it.
It's a cool name. Awesome name.
No pressure, kid. Be smart.
Yeah, be smart. But I do think these guys could really impact their teams. I mean, all of them that I'm looking here have a definite potential to play. This kid Metcalf, I'm hearing great things about. They've got him slotted as the number 2 receiver already in Seattle, and the guy's hurt, hadn't been able to play. Haskins, between him and Murray, you got 2 quarterbacks in there that are going to be seeing a ton of playing time right off the
I
get.
actually like Haskins. I just don't like the Redskins. I think he's got a good shot to be a good pro.
I don't know much about Noah Fant, the tight end for Denver, but he got a lot of good press in the different things that I was reading. So don't know much about him.
Flacco likes to go to the tight end, right? So
Flacco loves to go to the tight end. I mean, his best friend on the team for years was our tight end, and the two were, every time you saw him out and about in town, the two of them were together. So that's his thing. Flacco's an interesting thing here. He's still got a strong arm. It'll be interesting to see. I think Denver's the perfect place for him to go and play. So, is Lamar the answer? I'm not even going to touch on that one yet. We'll wait and make that decision at the end of the year.
We'll find out in about 8 weeks.
Stacy posted the Beverly Challenge, which is 15 different YouTubers going to drink themselves silly for charity. No better reason to do it than the charity we are working with, Give Kids the World. Our link is down below. It's also in the chat. Stacy, thank you. Please.
Stacey's been amazing tonight. I mean, what a mod. Yeah. Stacey, thank you for all that. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Stacey.
And then she put the Dissonant DraftKings link in there, which is our not charity. It's our fantasy league that we will do a weekly game. You'll be able to play against us and some of the other YouTubers that are joining us in the league. Some of them will be jumping into chat and all as the time goes on. Many of them are getting ready for Disney or doing other things right now. And then, of course, I have my my Survivor League, which is an invite only, and you can reach out to me on that.
Kate, I love how you mentioned that. They're getting ready for Disney or other things.
Yes. Can't talk about some of those
matters.
So, All right, let's jump into the defensive player of the year. Let me flip my pages here. So I've got all my Steve stuff here. Almost used his last name by accident. That wouldn't have been good. Okay, defensive rookies of the year. Again, same deal. Went to multiple sites, pulled a list together. We'll see how they have them. You got Devin White, linebacker, Tampa Bay. Nick Bosa, defensive end, San Francisco 49ers. Ed Oliver, defensive tackle, Buffalo. Devin Bush, linebacker, Pittsburgh. Quinnen Williams, defensive tackle, Jets. Josh Allen, edge rusher, Jaguars. Montez Sweat, edge rusher, Redskins. Brian Burns, edge rusher, Panthers. And Tristan Hill, defensive tackle, your Dallas Cowboys. I'll say from looking at these guys, I've watched a couple of them play in college. I've seen some of them play already in pro. Looking at this list, to me, it's one of the deepest top 10 rookie of the year potential class there is. I realistically think it could go to just about any one of them for certain reasons. But the one who I think that I'm putting a little bit over the top for me right now is Devin Bush with Pittsburgh, and I hate saying it. That kid is a monster from what I'm seeing already, and I'm very impressed by him. Bosa's got the name, he's got the lineage, he's got the motor. It'd be interesting. Devin White seems to be the odds-on favorite in everything that I'm seeing. I haven't seen enough of him to really say yes or no, whatever. But this kid Bush, I really love. So throw it over to you, Kelly.
Bush is who I picked too. Yeah, Devin Bush is who I've got down. I think he's going to be able to. I think he's going to show some pretty cool stuff this year. I'm kind of excited actually to see what he does.
Awesome,
Jeff.
I like the Bush kid a lot too. I like linebackers in Pittsburgh generally. Their system allows for linebackers to do some damage, but I didn't go with him. And I also like the Bosa kid. I mean, he's a beast. But I went with Quinnen Williams. I think he's going to get some sacks this year. I think if you get a bunch of numbers in the sacks department, it's sexy and people like that. And Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator, likes to rush quarterbacks. And I think the Jets are going to be bad and they're going to be rushing the quarterback. And I just think Quinnen Williams is going to have a good numbers year, put some sacks on the board. So that's why I went with that.
Okay. Well, that's a good call. I mean, again, this class is deep.
Yeah, you were right. That's a good point. I think the Bush kid's going to have a great career. I think Bosa's going to have a great career. I could have went with any of those guys usually.
I'm disappointed that none of them are Ravens, but hey, it is what it is.
You just put with what?
I said I'm disappointed that none of them are Ravens. But it is what it is. You have to take the good with the bad, and most of these guys went to teams that were lower end teams, and that's why they are top prospects.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having the other Bosa. We could have two Bosas on my Chargers. That'd be all right. But
yeah, but I mean, both of them. I mean, that's the whole family.
They're terrified. They're like, have you guys read about them, like their family life and stuff?
No, tell me about that.
They're terrified. They're like I've got a poster over there for The Godfather. Yeah, they're really in the mob. Like their grandpa is. Don't ask them about their grandpa.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know.
Yeah, they're for real gangsta.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, we definitely don't want to go there. Definitely don't want to go.
Yeah, but they're
all right. Let's talk about our MVP candidates. I went and did the same thing. I went through several sources and picked. Okay, well, who do you have as the top candidates all the way around? In no specific order, obviously. But the top candidates that they picked were Aaron Rodgers of the Packers, Luck of the Colts, Carson Wentz of the Eagles. No surprise, we got a lot of quarterbacks on this list. Zeke Elliott, running back, Cowboys. Mahomes, quarterback, Kansas City. Rivers, quarterback, Los Angeles. Baker Mayfield, quarterback, Cleveland. Aaron Donald, who's the only defensive player on here for the Rams, and Alvin Kamara for the Saints. Surprisingly enough, to get the MVP, I don't think he'll make it to the Super Bowl, but I have a lot of faith in Mayfield. I hate to say it. And I think that he's the one that's going to step up and help carry that team. They haven't had a quarterback there in forever, and I think he's the one in my book that's going to do it. If I had to take a second coming behind that, the surprise hidden might be Alvin Kamara finally getting full-time duties behind him. So I don't know. throw it over to you. Jeff, your turn. Throw it to you. See what you got.
So I went with my top three. In my third place slot, I went with Zeke. I think he's going to have a big year. My second place guy, I went with Phillip Rivers. I think he's one of the great quarterbacks of all time, and he needs to get the love. But I can't read my writing. It starts with an M and ends with an S. There's a whole bunch of scribble in the middle. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Scribbles in the middle.
Patrick, he's not even ready for it yet, and he was the MVP. When he threw 50 touchdowns, I don't want to pretend like I like the Chiefs. I love watching the kid play. Like, in all honesty, if you could just get that stupid red jersey off of him, he is beautiful to watch. I love the gunslinger in him. And it's funny, you know, why did Baker end up in Oklahoma? Because he couldn't beat out Patrick at Texas Tech.
So, Jeff, just so you know, jealousy is a stinky cologne.
I've got some right now. I stink bad right now.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count who I picked.
If I pick Patrick Mahomes and you don't, then I'll be pissed.
Actually, I picked Mahomes. I think he can do it back-to-back years. Who's the last person to get back-to-back years?
I don't know.
Was that?
That's a great question.
Was it?
Favre.
Maybe. Yeah, I bet you're right.
I think it is.
Might have been Favre. But it's only been done a couple of times, so this would be a pretty cool opportunity to see that happen. And I think
Manning, 0809.
0809 Manning.
Was it Manning?
Let me see. I don't know. Yeah,
please.
Manning 09 and 08.
So I think Mahomes could do it. I think, and I guess I'm kind of excited about the fact that he may have the opportunity to do that. That the kid's talented. And like you were saying, Jeff, that he is fun to watch. I mean, you just never know what's going on. You can't. It's not a game that you get up from and go get a beer. That's when you pull a Pete and or not a Pete, but a Zip and say, PJ, go get me a beer because I can't leave. I got to watch this because you never know what he's going to pull out of. So
he's like how we all thought we would play in the backyard. You know, how we thought we looked when we were doing whatever we were trying to do, and he's really doing it. And it's
here's what I love about it is you can tell he is having a good time, and that's why he's being so successful, in my opinion.
If I was that good, I'd be having a good time too. Like he's stupid good. Like that. I said to you before.
Kelly, text.
Huh?
I was telling Kelly to check his text.
Yeah, I just buzzed, so let me check.
Some of the highlights that they were showing at the end of the year would drive me crazy because the kid's not even looking like he's freaking Steve Nash on the NBA court, but he's quarterbacking it. It makes me crazy. But I mean, when you put it in between the two guys' numbers, what do you do?
Text it over to him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jeff. You know, that's a great reference in Nash. You know, I mean, I
love Nash. I don't like Mahomes.
Pete's going to keep me awake all night, and I'm going to have to do work tomorrow for 12 hours on 4 hours of sleep.
Hey, I got 1 hour and 3 minutes. I was hoping to make it that far at least, is what I was hoping. But we'll see. If we can't do it, we can't do it. You know, I tell you what, when you start looking at some of these weeks, there's some great weeks that we're going to be watching some football and talking about Thursday night games. Week 2 brings the Panthers and the Buccaneers, which could be very interesting. There's some really good games that week. In the Raiders and Chiefs are that week. The Monday night game is Jets and Browns, which could be interesting. Week 3 for the NFL brings us watching Titans and Jaguars. Week 4, Packers and Eagles, which could be fun. Week 5, Rams and Seahawks. Talk about a game. That could be really good.
Speaking of Patrick and Zippy, just showed up. Hey, buddy. Zip's in the chat.
We love Zip. He's probably over. Is he over at the bar right now? Working?
I don't know where he's at, but if he's got
What's up, Zip?
I need some.
Brother, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Oh, all right. Well, I did my part. I don't say, oh, no. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys got something going on.
We have a special guest
from a long distance destination eating international food. Please welcome in Steve from Steve's World.
Oh, wait. Hey, man, I got to move out. Hang on one second.
Yep.
Got to go out and come back.
Swipe out, swipe in.
Oh man, it's just like
There we go.
Hey buddy, how
What's
are you?
up?
There he is.
Like
What's different about you?
What's different?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Disney World.
The
There you
smile
go.
on his face. is
I love
huge.
that you had to think about it for a second.
So I'm in Disney World, and I just spent the entire afternoon tonight with I had a bittersweet. I had to say goodbye to Cargo. She just texted me. She just landed back safely at home. So
Good.
Cargo's on.
Good.
And I spent the afternoon and evening with Donna, Arjan, Samantha, and Nick. So
Wow, that's a good day, man. That's a good day.
I can't get much better than that unless my boys are with me. So
Were you with Donna when Preston and her were having a conversation? You must.
I don't
You
think
might
so.
have been.
I think I joined her about 5-ish.
Okay, it was. He came running in here this afternoon and was. I knew he was up to something because he grabbed his computer and grabbed his stuff out of the office and hightailed it out. And then, like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, Donna's texting me, "When exactly do you come in? Where are you going?" I'm like, "Something's going on." So that's good stuff. Steve, we are talking about the NFL tonight, and we bring you in as a special guest here because no one picked the Colts to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, then you guys are all going to lose.
I got him in the playoffs, but only because of the wild card.
Look, I think they'll win their division. It's a weak division. It all hinges obviously on how well
it's a weak
Andrew
ankle.
Luck is.
It's a weak ankle. Yeah.
I know. I'm aware. I still think that division is so weak that he's going to recover and they will win the division. I don't think they'll make the Super Bowl. But I do think they stand an outside shot at making it to the AFC Championship, depending on draws and things like that. But it depends on how well he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, I think they'll make the AFC Championship. If he's hindered all year, I still think they could win the division, but they'll go out first round if that happens.
Vegas has them at 14-1 to win it all.
That's
They
surprising.
got the Patriots and Chiefs at 6-1.
Yeah, I told you guys, or I told one of you. I think it may have been Pete or Kelly. They're favored to do well. It all hinges on what ifs.
I've actually got it. I got the Colts and KC playing.
Zip's got KC over Dallas. I've actually got Dallas over KC. So there you go.
I have the Colts and the Chiefs playing in the AFC Championship as well. But the difference is going to be both. Number one, does Patrick Mahomes have the second year downfall like everybody, that second year downfall that goes around? And does Andrew Luck stay healthy? Either of those two factors change, then we're talking about something totally different at the end of the year.
Zip's drinking the same cold medicine as you are, Jeff.
That's right, baby. That's why I love that guy.
Is Zip in chat? I can't see chat.
Yeah, he's got he picked the Chiefs over the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys over the Chiefs, and I've got all the Kleenexes and all the napkins everywhere.
I will be honest with you. I don't have the Cowboys make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I love you anyway, but you're wrong.
Until they get rid of Jason Garrett, they will not.
I agree. Can you throw the ball?
Hey, Arjon's in the chat. Welcome, Arjon's back.
Hey, buddy.
Hello, Arjon. Thanks for joining us.
In case you guys are wondering,
Garrett drives me nuts.
Arjon's is even better in person.
Not possible. Not possible.
I swear.
Yeah,
He's
you
unbelievable.
guys better in person too. Not a chance.
Just throwing it out there. It is much better.
Can't wait.
I say much better. He's still an awesome guy.
I just want a high five from people, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, Arjon is great for being from the other side of the bridge, and he knows what I'm talking about. I love that guy.
Yeah, I mean I had a great evening with them. They were just welcoming, and it was amazing. So
what's funny is when you meet somebody, okay, and it's first time, and you don't know, and you find out that, hey, holy cow, this guy grew up where my whole family grew up, and that's Arjon's where he grew up in Maryland was where my whole family was from.
That's
cool. It was just sheer coincidence. So you just never know what this community is going to bring. But Steve, I thought your ears would be burning because when I threw out my predictions for the AFC South, I thought, okay, this is going to set the thing on fire. And then Jeff comes behind me and explodes the whole daggone thing. I actually have your Colts winning the division at 7-9.
I think they'll win 10 games.
Jeff picked the Jaguars to win the division.
I think the Jags will finish second.
Yeah,
Nick Foles,
dang.
you cannot.
He's got him in last.
You can't sit
Wow.
on Nick Foles. You can't sit on
Nick-
Nick Foles is a
What did I
proven
say,
quarterback.
boy? What did I say? Nick Foles is a beast.
He's gonna
Jeff,
now
are you texting him
to be
and telling him?
now.
I've
Jeff
been
and
talking-
I are just like the same person. Look, I don't. Even, my phone's right here.
Yeah.
My phone's right
But
here. I can't.
I feel bad for Steve because every time I get to know a little more about him, it's like me. I don't know. I got bad news, dude. I'm a little crazy, so watch out.
No, dude, you
I
guys.
need a voice of reality in here. Find Zip.
Zip's almost sleeping.
He was.
He's almost sleeping.
That I did.
But guys, Nick Foles is proven.
Yes.
You can't. How can you go against that? And they've got a good core outside of that. It's always been their
Yeah.
quarterback, and they
Fournette's going to be healthy. Jalen Ramsey's a beast. That
Yeah,
defense
look-
is awesome.
Look what Foles has done everywhere he's gone. And even when he had to sit behind somebody, guy gets hurt, Nick Foles comes in
Why
and takes him the
every
West away.
team didn't turn over everything to get him makes no sense to me.
Yep.
I think the whole key with Foles is going to be, can they protect him?
Again, we're talking about what ifs. Hang on a minute. I'm getting text. I don't know if I can do this while I'm doing this, but never mind.
What
Patrick
do you want,
is wide
vacation
awake.
or something? Oh, you went away. You got really good looking all of a
Wait a
sudden.
minute. Wait a minute. Patrick is wide awake. Sorry.
Kelly, send him the link. Bring it.
I am. I'm already on it.
Stacy says she has this full
By the way-
signature. Very cool.
When you get a mango smoothie at your resort, it comes with a big piece of mango on
You
top.
know, I
Nice.
don't get jealous, but you're
Whoa.
trying hard, right?
Hey, I'm sorry I almost got you arrested last night.
That was not a good evening.
Stacy, you're right. Stacy says, I hate the Eagles didn't keep Foles. So who do you got in the NFC East over there, Steve?
Man, I'm trying to remember who's in the NFC East. It's
Eagles,
You're
Cowboys.
going to say
yeah.
the Eagles or the
Yeah.
Cowboys. You're not going to say the other two teams.
no,
You're not picking the Giants. You're not picking Redskins.
no. I'm going with the Eagles.
Most people are.
Kelly,
Look, I don't have faith in I don't have faith in Garrett.
Kelly, where you at? Kelly.
Yeah. Garrett.
Let me give it to you. There we go.
There
I
you go.
got 3 Eagles. There we go.
I just don't have faith in Garrett. I think that Dallas has
Sure,
Dallas has all the talent in the world. They always do with Romo. Dak is incredible. Zeke, they got made Zeke an offer today.
Yeah.
You know, they have it. They have it. Garrett can't put it together. And until Jerry Jones realizes that Garrett's not his guy, he hates to fail. So obviously, when he doesn't want to admit that Garrett wasn't the right guy after he was the golden child that was supposed to.
But Garrett might be the right guy to be the head coach. Stop calling my offensive plays.
Yes, for sure.
I'm not going to call him a laminator, but come on, he's right there. He's an organizer and he's a leader. And some of his speeches, the players rave about his speeches. I don't know that the NFL that should matter that much, but whatever. I think he's like the general. Just stop calling the stunts.
Yep.
Stop calling the plays. Get the heck out of the way. And who's our offensive coordinator now? The little quarterback kid from Boise State. Whatever. I have faith. I think you're right. Jerry doesn't want to be wrong. He's going to keep Garrett there. I would have fired him the first year. He cost us 3 games that first year he was head coach when they booted Wade or whatever. But that's a whole other thing. But I think if he just gets out of the way, if our offensive line is half as good as I think they'll be this year, I don't know how they don't do well.
I
think they'll do well.
Who's the receiving core out there now?
Amari.
That's why they're not going to win.
Amari's a beast.
Let me go. That's it, though. Let me go rinse this out. I'll be right back.
Vacation or something, get another drink, whatever.
So Stacey Rogers just asked what
does
is
he-
the plan for next Thursday night? So the plan is we're all going to separately stream, and you need to mod for all of us. That's the plan we have for you, Stacey. I'm just kidding. Stacey, you're amazing, and we appreciate
Donna.
you so much. You're
Donna
awesome.
Jaworski in the house.
Donna Jaworski.
Hey, Donna.
Hey, good to see you.
Donna is a big NFL fan. Donna jumped in the Survivor pool.
Donna, I already love Donna. Donna, are you serious?
Hey,
I might have to marry you. If you're actually an NFL fan too, you might be perfect.
And Donna is a big college football fan.
And look what Zip just said. Get Steve back here. Stop with your drink and get back here, Steve. So Zip just said Gallup is going to be a beast. He's a great second receiver. I don't know if you can hear me, but Zip is right.
No, you can't.
Hey, Samantha, now say Samantha.
I threw it up there so he can read it when he gets in.
What Skip said.
Michael Gallup, best receiver Dallas has.
I agree with you there. I
So
will
you've
agree with
really
you
been
there.
drinking today, and that goes for you too, McDevitt. What are you talking about? Amari's a beast. But if you think that, we have a great receiving corps. And yes, I said we.
That's nothing wrong with we. I'm just, you know what? I'm still just Dallas. They just, they're like the little car that runs out of gas on,
Yep.
That's the way I look at them. And I just don't see it. I think in that NFC East, the Rams run through everybody this year, and I think they take it all the way through. I just do. And then they, of course, they run out of gas when they get to Kansas City. I just think they're the two best teams in the NFL overall. But again, watch out for Cleveland. I'm telling you, they have.
Cleveland's going to win their division.
Oh, you see what I'm wearing, Steve? You see the colors that I'm wearing? I got it all, and I picked Cleveland. Now I can't go out of my house the rest of the weekend. I need help because anybody that hears this is going to come here. And at Baltimore, again, like I told these guys, they shoot first, ask later.
So how come the guy with the Ravens stuff is picking the Browns, and the guy who doesn't even like the Ravens is picking the Ravens? Actually, you picked them too, right, Kelly? Didn't you pick the?
Nope.
I think Lamar Jackson's going to
with
fall
Steelers.
off.
I'm not so
went
sure.
with the Steelers. I went with the Steelers. I went crazy on that one. I think the Steelers are going to take it. Browns are going to be in second. Ravens are going to be in third. They're going to have a 7-9. I don't think they're going to do as well as a lot of people hope they are this year.
I think Ravens could finish dead last.
Hey!
Wow.
I don't want them to. I think
Negative Colts comment.
No, it was more of a comment, and then the picture I got that went with it. So,
So we were out for dinner tonight. We went out last night because Preston's got baseball for tomorrow, so we couldn't do it tomorrow. So we went out tonight for dinner, and that was on the wall. And it was actually Preston that said, "Doesn't Mr. Steve like the Colts?" He's like, "Let me go." Preston took that picture and sent it. So,
wow.
Hey guys, we made it. We got our first dislike.
nice.
That's when you know you're good.
Right.
Nice.
Thumbs down, guy. Came to visit from your
Yeah.
Steve. Thank you for sending him over.
No problem, guys. I'm glad I could help.
One Colts fan on the stream, and they give you the dislike. Whatever.
I thought Zip was coming in. Is he coming in via?
No, he's in bed already. He said he would come on after we do.
I like the comments though. I think Chubb, like what he just said there, if he's a top 5 running back, then I agree. If Chubb has a big year, then I think Cleveland is going to win. But I'm not a believer yet. I don't like Baker as much as everybody else does. I just don't. I love his attitude. I know that he's a winner. I like him. I don't love him. I don't know. I'm not ready to jump on the Browns bandwagon.
So the great thing, and before I'm gonna throw a challenge flag right now, real quick.
I'm gonna need to get one of those.
I got challenge flags to throw, and I've got penalty flags that I will throw because I was ready for a zip slip, and I was going to throw the penalty flag. So, but 3 quick things. One, Steve is a core member of the Dissident crew. We have been talking all night, and we have it down below. And Stacy has been putting it into the chat. We are proud to support. There's the Dissident shirt. That's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
We are proud to support these guys if they have started a full campaign to support Give Kids the World. Very close to our. There's the Dissident cooler, the mini koozie. But we really want everybody that can please go in and support if you can financially. If you can't, share it with friends, family, anybody you know that might be able to take a look at what we're doing with the Beverly Challenge and beyond to support Give Kids the World with this and that channel. We're proud to be partnered with that and have Steve sponsoring Steve and his team of brothers, I guess is the best way to put it, sponsoring our picks of the weeks. We shouted out your Saturday show earlier when I did my weekly locks, Steve.
Appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
So that's first thing. Second thing is we have the league going on with our fantasy. It'll be a weekly league. Dave from This and That set it up. Is down below and been in the chat all night. So we can do that. There's Donna posting the Give Kids the World thing. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Stacey.
The great thing about this, what we're going to do when Jeff and Kelly and I sat down and talked about this, is trying to come up with something alternative out there that's not really around as much, and that is a sports show talk. We're talking about the NFL now. There'll be a little bit of baseball involved in as we get to playoff baseball. We're going to talk a little college football. We're actually going to do that next in just a minute. But we're going to be able to bring friends of ours on that have great knowledge about the game. about the leagues, about the history. Steve, Zip, two guys that I have gotten to know that are incredibly intelligent. I actually was getting Zip to give me a bunch of sleeper picks the other night for my fantasy draft as I was going through.
I think I'm afraid of him now. What I've learned about him, I think I'm a little scared now. I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to the Survivor League.
Zip knows his stuff. I'm thoroughly impressed with Zip. Now I'm not sure if it's coming from him or some Irish mafia guy at a bar, but they're
It's Frankie. It's Frankie.
Frankie McDonuts.
So that's all good, but we're going to continue to do that. Big game this weekend, kickoff to the college football season. I couldn't think of a better way to start than
Gators.
A fight is what it's going to be.
It's gonna be
Florida Gators.
It might be a beatdown then.
Florida Gators traveling to Miami. 7.5-point favorites initially, down to 7. I truly think the turnover chain doesn't come out as much as they think, and Florida covers in Miami Saturday night.
For sure.
I don't like big lines on the road, but I don't like Miami as much as everyone else does. I think Florida's going to have a good year. I think Miami just decided on their quarterback the other day. Now they're trying to make the other quarterback a receiver. That sounds a lot like a Gator romp to me.
Yeah, the thing is, and for anybody that follows, sports and lines and stuff, realistically, when you're at home, you're a 3-point favorite right off the bat, and then the line fluctuates based.
Well, that's the NFL. It's even more in the NCAA, right?
It can be based on when you really get some of those lopsided things, but average standard's about 3. So when you're looking at these two teams, you're looking at really Florida's a 10-point favorite.
Exactly.
10.5, 11
on a neutral site.
So it could be interesting. Could be really interesting. He's back in here. Thank you for being in. Tammy, thank you for joining us. How much money has been raised so far? Steve, I know we're going to work on that, right?
So I've been asking that there's no way I can see that, but he's going to give me daily updates. The other day he sent me an email during our stream during our stream last night, I guess it was. $350 in 30 minutes was raised. When I know Pete, you were a big
I didn't
part
even
of
have a link until tonight, so that's great.
Yeah. Today,
tomorrow.
When he's going to give me, like I said, I sent it to him. He sent me an update right around 5:00 ish. Today at 5:00, we had 9 donations totaling $459 so far.
That's fantastic. Wow. And we're just starting it. And you got people out there within the community of the YouTube community. I don't want to just say the Disney community, but the YouTube community that are jumping up and really supporting what is trying to be done here. Like LSU mom, I know she's talking about she might have $500 total donations from family and friends that she's going to. So it's a great cause.
Is there a goal? Do you guys have a goal?
I didn't hear what you said.
Goal? Do you guys have a goal?
Honestly,
raise a lot of money.
Raise a lot of money. I did quick math and what I've heard people say and everything. I think we'd be ecstatic with 10K. I don't think it's unattainable.
I run a nonprofit and I actually have a golf tournament tomorrow. And anyway, whatever. I'll just leave it at that. I love that you guys are doing this, and I hope you continue to do it. And I know it could be big, and it probably will be. That's spectacular.
For sure, we're going to continue to do it for sure.
We're excited about that. So it's going to take big college.
I want to throw this out there that and I know Steve is very modest about it, but Steve has done a lot of work to help that. I know there's been a lot of people involved, and I know there's been a lot of people that have been putting in input, but Steve really has gone the extra mile for that. And I want to thank you, Steve, and thank you for letting us be a part of the This and That charity. That's awesome, and we appreciate you.
We appreciate all you guys saying yes and helping. So, and I got to meet John today too, John and Dana. So,
nice.
They're great people too. And
who was it? I didn't hear you said. Who was that?
I got to meet Touring the Galaxy, John, Dana, and Mrs.
Oh,
Galaxy.
yeah. Very cool. They're in the stream right now.
We got to meet Laura too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm looking forward to meeting them next week. I haven't had the opportunity.
They're as nicer in person than they are on camera.
I told my wife last night that you being there for, 12 days, 13 nights, whatever, I have to up my goals. What is too long? When you're done, I can't wait to hear from you how long you want to go next time.
The best part is meeting people, and
you're going to get to do it because you're there for 12 dang days.
Yeah, yesterday I was in a group of 9 people that I'd never met before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
So they were.
Those are the best days in life. Those are the best days.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Especially when you meet the people that you see them on here, and how nice and compassionate people are, and then they're just even better in person. It's just it's crazy.
I can't wait.
That's
Donna, Arjon, Sam, and Nick made my night tonight, guys. I haven't stopped smiling since I got back. I went up, Dan said I went up and got a mango smoothie and a Mickey waffle sundae, and so I had just gotten back to the room when you guys sent me the link. I got Walt and Melissa coming in here tomorrow.
Love it.
And right now the bed is covered with everything. I haven't even unpacked yet.
Walt was in here earlier. We were chatting with him for a little bit.
Nice.
In the chat, at least, he was trying to get his final packet and all together.
Yeah, they leave here in about 3 or 4 hours, I think.
Nice.
You had Mickey waffles and I had cold medicine. I feel like you're winning.
Well,
I'm glad you got your luggage.
I had a steak at Mama Melrose for supper, if that helps
Nice.
too. So, yeah, my luggage, that was rough.
What reservation are you most excited about? You're like the king of the dinner, lunch, not breakfast reservations. What reservation are you most looking forward to?
I've been here before. The one I'm most looking forward to that I haven't been to yet is probably going to be Diamond Horseshoe. I was going to eat there tonight, and then I met up with Don, and then we switched that. So I moved it only because it's the only one I found that has brisket on it, and I want to see what it's like. The one I'm actually looking forward to the most, though, Shep and I are doing Spirit of Aloha.
Oh, cool.
And I love that show. So that's going to be a good one. And that food is incredible there.
We used to go when we were APs out in California. We'd go to the Golden Horseshoe like a lot. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, bop the like button.
Yeah, and by the way, thanks everybody. I mean, we got 21, 22 in the house here. We've been going, I don't know, what, 2.5 hours. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. And the mod.
We've had some interesting picks. I mean, it's been tough with the weather on me out here with storms.
Yeah,
and
you
everything.
missed it, man. You were like rocking and rolling when we first got on.
Yeah.
Lightning struck. It hit right in my backyard. I'm surprised my wife's she shed didn't go on fire. Literally, I had prep to go check it. That would have been something had it caught on fire. I would have never heard the end of that from you guys. But
then you can get a new shear sheet, is whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can tell it.
It's all good stuff. I'm looking forward to this season, being able to watch football, to being able to bring up some of the topics that we're going to bring up.
I'm always so excited about football season, but this has got me on another level of excited. Like, I love my Sunday show. I love all the shows. I love everybody's show. I won't go down the list, but something about this, like, my buddies are in California, and my sports buddies, they're not out here in Texas where I live, and I'm not going to go sit at a bar and talk sports. It's not my style. But talking to some dudes that I like and everybody in chat and telling you why the Chiefs are going to suck, even though I don't really believe it, that is going to be awesome.
Now, I'm sure that most of the people in here probably know these two gentlemen down the bottom pretty well from seeing their channels. But if you're new to checking us out because you looked up the NFL and you caught us and you're watching us for the first time and you like what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe to Dole Whip Dad and Meyers and the Mouse so you can get those. I'm a long way from 1,000 before I get there. But let me tell you something. Steve and Jeff do an incredible job of interviewing people. Yes, you do. You both are. You do it two different ways, two unique fashions, and they're phenomenal. So Jeff's is Sunday nights. It's
Tube.
Yeah, and
because I thought about it for a real long time.
And that's great. And Steve, yours Tuesday nights,
Monday nights. But I'm not doing it. I only did I tried to get the Dis and That crew and my other partner, Mouse Talk, in before the trip. Mine's going to only be like once a month.
Okay,
I'm still gonna
very good. It's very good, and you guys should check it out because it's a very personable way of sitting and interviewing and talking to people, and that's a phenomenal thing because you get to get a little bit more comfortable and understanding of everybody that we're doing. So I just have to recognize you two guys. It's great. Thank you.
I took the idea from Jeff. So.
Well, do I get a commission? No, I'm just
when I make one, you'll get one.
Yeah, there you go. Josh from Resort TV won this Sunday.
Nice.
Kelly, actually, we tried to put you. Aren't you the week that my Chargers are going to crush you guys into little pieces? Kelly will be on in November. We got to get you on, Pete. And Steve, I don't know.
Hold on, Steve. That's the week. I'm going to need you guys to come on Thursday night because those two won't be talking. They won't be talking at all.
I'll be talking like crazy.
Well, whichever team's ahead will be talking.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, honestly, like
There's going to be a lot of talking up here going on, and a whole lot of crying going on down there.
it needs to be on my channel that week. That's my only request.
So Jeff has control of the mute.
Mute. That's right. That's exactly it.
Exactly.
That's tough.
But again,
No,
football season is
like
like
on my
favorite.
channel because I can put like 15 people down there all wearing red Chiefs jerseys, and that way.
You can only get 6, and I don't think there's 5 more Chiefs fans on the planet. So
I have the paid version. I can put 30.
Oh, that's
I
right.
have the paid version. I think it's still 6.
No,
I've heard this rumor. I see it nowhere. I'd like to see somebody do it.
we can't get everybody together yet. We're gonna. That's one of Shep's dreams is to have an ant stream so we can see.
I know,
how many
I heard
people we can fit
I'll
in.
have all my cowboy cheerleaders call you. They'll set it up. They'll throw it on there. We'll see.
That's the last. That's the last thing we need, Jeff. Is zip on there with 12 cheerleaders.
Make sure they're all brunettes.
Cheer-
And it'll be okay.
Yeah,
Cheerlead does.
Cheerleader, exactly.
Yeah, a bunch of H's in there.
A lot of H's in there.
Samantha said she had fun with you today, Steve. That's awesome.
Do I?
Samantha,
I'm sorry.
Samantha said she had fun with you today. I'm a little jealous.
Oh, they're all awesome, man. I cannot. Man, I see them on stream all the time, but to actually I just sat there. We went to Frozen. I just sat there. I was like, "Oh, Donna's right there, and
I know,
right there.
I
There's
thought about
Samantha
that,
and
like,
Nick."
Is
And
it like being on a
it was
stream?
just-
Like I've watched Donna and Samantha eat. I've watched them on just hanging out, riding rides. Like I don't know. I can't wait to meet everybody.
they're fantastic, man. Absolutely
I was
fantastic.
gonna say, Steve, isn't it crazy? Donna's just as lovable and huggable in person. You know, you just.
I didn't even make it into the. I met them at a restaurant, and I was telling the lady, "I'm here to meet somebody." And here came Donna around the corner, Steve, and I was like, "Yes!"
That's awesome.
Made
stuff.
my day.
I totally don't get jealous, but I'm a little jealous. Like that's awesome.
I tried to make Zip jealous by sending him a bunch of pictures and telling him what we were doing. So,
That's great.
Hey,
Zip is still he's still in the chat throwing out that Melvin Gordon's going to sit this year. TTG, I'm chilling because I've got a lot of great personalities here that can carry their own. So I don't need to be talking all the time. It's great to hear these guys and hear their insight. And TTG, we're going to get them in here at some point during this year. Our goal is to bring a lot of our friends on and talk a little sports, talk a little life. Steve, I can relate to your comment. I sat the night watching that Guardians of the Galaxy show over at EPCOT with Corey streaming it and Arjons and Donna and Sam and Nick. And I'm looking down the line thinking, God, there's so much talent here. And then there's me.
well, I was kind of like, I was wondering what I was doing too. But and then when I told you we met John and Dana and Laura, but those guys, they'll do anything for anybody. It seems they're just incredible people too, man. They just they're open and welcoming to people. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I had Magical News. Nick reached out to me about them when I first started coming around the community and really spoke strong about Dana and their family and everything. And ever since then, I kind of wanted to meet them, but haven't had the chance.
Dana's great. He's funny, and he's definitely way beyond his years.
Yes,
awesome.
He is.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love him. He's great.
What's on your?
We're fortunate to spend a couple of nights with those guys, and we just absolutely love spending time with them. And Dana he's amazing. John and Laura are just, my gosh, just big-hearted, great people. So we're excited.
It's all good.
Excited to get back down there.
Where are you heading tomorrow, Steve?
I'm going to EPCOT again tomorrow to meet up. Actually, there's several people going to EPCOT tomorrow, but I'm hanging out with I'm not gonna say who yet because I don't want people trying to find us. But I'm hanging out with somebody.
I got bad news
special.
for you, then, buddy.
I know they're gonna find us anyways, but I'm hanging out with somebody very special to me. So tomorrow, so another one. So we're gonna have some fun. And Dan, I think Disney Dan will be at EPCOT tomorrow as well.
Without his facial hair, I hear. What the heck?
Dude, he looks young.
You guys said it. I had to go look. I'm like, oh man, that's him. But like a couple years ago,
He looked.
Yeah.
What do you mean he looks
picture.
young? He is young.
That
I
picture
mean-
that was on Twitter. The picture I have it on Twitter of him with that smile on his face. It truly looked like the Joker and the Riddler had a baby.
By the way, Steve,
Sure.
doesn't matter if you get the wrong answer because I love the right answer. Hit. But guess who the baby is of the three of us?
Of the three of you?
Yeah.
Well, I know Pete turns 50 before you turn 50. I'm going to go with Kelly. It's probably you, though.
I should have to be annoyed by that, right?
I love you. You are my favorite, Steve.
Ever. No, I'm the baby, and
I know.
proudly
You're 50 on Christmas. I know Pete's 50 next week. Kelly, are you 50 already?
Steve, you're terrifying that you know all that.
Pete's
Come on.
actually.
You're not at your house. You're not looking at the wall with your big laminated sign.
I don't, dude. It's up here. I don't need.
I know you're terrifying. You know what's up here for me? Baseball stats and where to get bacon. That's what's up here for me.
Bacon. That's a good one. Yeah.
Just so you know, Steve, Pete actually is 50 in 31 minutes.
31 minutes.
Pete, is tomorrow the 23rd?
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve, you terrify me, dude.
Why?
Is tomorrow the 23rd?
Look, I remember important.
I have 4 daughters. I could get 2 of their birthdays like that.
Yeah, Mama.
When you get
Mama's birthday is tomorrow.
Mama Mouse is tomorrow.
Yeah, and if I forget, I'm a dead man. I'm
So the same day as Mr. McDevitt?
Yeah, Pete, Mama,
And Dave and Brandy's anniversary all on the same day.
That's
I thought Dave and Brandy's was yesterday.
I thought it was the 23rd. I'm pretty sure it's 23rd.
Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but we wished them happy anniversary yesterday on the 21st. So
Steve, when's my wife's birthday so I don't get in trouble?
well,
Great.
now keep in mind, I only know what you guys have told me so far. So
I'm going to start making up stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you, Donna.
I actually weigh 145.
you already told me that too. So.
195.
Oh, God, that's great.
Blue Nose, you're now my favorite, just so you know.
Kelly, you're 50. I thought you're in your low 40s. Good Lord.
So, Steve, I got
Technically, I'm the baby. So
yeah, now I was going to say of the 3. That's why I said that, because of the 3.
Maybe
So, Steve,
that may be wrong.
I got a question
Zip
for you.
just reminded me of Jenna and Dale's anniversary is tomorrow, so maybe it's them. That's the same day as me.
Yeah.
It is. So, Steve, I got to ask.
Yeah.
Other than our community,
Mm-hmm.
have you been recognized and approached yet?
no, but
I don't believe you.
I'm shocked.
I'm not.
Have you
I'm
been
not.
in that room all day?
No.
I know that.
Does the
So
police officer
You
count?
just said Donna ran up to you. What are you talking about? Oh, but you said outside the community.
Outside.
Hold on,
So-
Kelly, does the police officer count?
oh man, that scared the crap out of me. I'm not
What did I
gonna lie.
know? What scared you?
For those of you that missed it, let me give them the details here. We talked about this a little bit earlier. So last night, the This and That crew was on, and I love being on with them on Wednesday nights and being part of the banter. And Steve buys a toaster every time he goes to Walt Disney for his room.
And it's holding it right now. It's holding up the phone.
There we go. There's the
So-
toaster, the notorious toaster that Steve will be signing and auctioning off. So Steve went to, thank you, Pam's fam. Steve went to Walmart. He live streamed while he was there. I was able to figure out, because I know where my buddy was staying. I was able to figure it out between me and Zip. Zip was helping me, by the way. Me and Zip were on text figuring it out, going through stuff, and we figured out where he was. So I called the store. I sat on hold for like 10 minutes. I finally got the manager online, and this is exactly what I said to him, almost verbatim. I said, "Hello, sir. I have a problem. My young son is at the store, and I'm worried because he has a sugar problem, and he's allergic to peanut butter. And I think that when he eats peanut butter cookies, which he has right there, because Zip and those guys made him buy them and open them up and eat one.
That's how bad I ripped it last night.
I said when he eats
In
peanut
the
butter
store?
cookies,
Yeah.
I said he is off his
Yeah, I
medicine.
love you.
He's in a gray shirt. He's off his medicine. He's walking around, probably talking to himself, listening to music. I am very concerned about him. Can you please go find
He
him?
thinks he's a YouTuber. It's crazy.
We
So
didn't
I had
say that.
I had my phone on the bottom of the cart, so like I wasn't like holding it going like this, and I had my headphones in, so
So
it looked like I was listening to music, and I was just talking into nobody.
So he's walking
I
around.
love it.
Yeah, he's walking around looking lost.
Uh-oh.
I wait until he says, "I am." You good?
Cam Newton got hurt in a boot. He's in a boot leaving.
Oh,
He let-
boy.
So I have to
Come
change my
across
wild
that
card.
access yet.
So
Wow.
just I don't know. That's why I just read it. It said Cam
Breaking
Newton
news.
game.
Steve brings it to us on the NFL live chat.
Breaking news too. Zippity Doodad's putting on some diapers because Steve's making him laugh so hard.
There we go. Here's the great thing, Jeff. Steve gets up to the register. We know he's checking out because he's telling us. I call back, and I start telling him, I'm really worried about him. He's allergic to peanut butter, and if he's eating cookies, he will be delirious. He won't hurt anybody, but he will just start kissing people, and we don't want that because I'm really concerned. Well, so I hung up. The guy hung up on me, actually. Next thing I know, he's getting interviewed by the police.
But before that,
I love it.
before I didn't tell you guys this. Before that, I get to the cash register. I'm doing the self checkout because there's no way I was letting the cash register ring up these cookies that were opened and the chocolate milk that was already open. But I get up to the thing and literally, I kid you not, I go to start checking things out, and the CSM comes over and stands beside me and watches me check things out. And I was like, I got to the point where I had to move the cookies because that's all there was. And so I reached underneath and just held it together and said, please don't open, scan it real quick, threw it in the bag. As soon as I was done, she turned around and walked away.
Well, if you're buying them, what are they going to do?
I mean, technically speaking, you're probably not supposed to do that. And I told everybody, I was like, guys in the stream, make sure you know I am buying this stuff. I'm not stealing it by any means.
Yeah.
But you know, what if I would have got up there and my card didn't work or something? then I would have been in trouble.
That would have been must-see TV.
Then I walked all the way down the thing, and the cop stopped me at the door and said, I need to see your receipt. Here you go. Looked at it, went, okay. So
after all this, the best line was Corey, because between Corey and Zip being doubled over and laughing, I don't know who was worse. Corey goes, when Steve was talking about the police officer, Corey goes, you should have just told him, hey, I'm Steve's World.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't you know who I am?
Oh, God. Well, that's Steve. That is the best line. When I got that manager on the phone at first, I did tell him, he goes, what's your son's name? I said, my son's name is Steve World. That's his name.
You told me my last name was World?
I love that.
Dude, if I would have heard that over the loudspeaker,
I was trying to get them to page you. They wouldn't.
I know. That's the reason why I didn't tell you guys where I was at, but you kind of figured that one out.
Apparently, it doesn't matter.
The best thing about it was at the very end, right as Steve was leaving, I put the number to the Walmart into chat and told everybody to start calling.
Oh my gosh. No. That poor manager.
Oh, sorry, Kelly.
That poor manager. Wow.
Did I miss something? Did he have a zip slip?
I'll text you.
So I turned up and never mind. I turned up and
you got it. Figured it
out. So I turned up. Not only did they ask me to do that stuff,
Jeff, text your phone. Check your phone.
They asked me to randomly find somebody and shake their hand and tell them I was Steve's World. That was awkward. And then they also asked me to look at somebody and say, "Oh, you can't sleep either," because it was about 12. I don't know what time it was. 12 o'clock, something like that. 11:30. So, yeah, it was kind of a. I'll be honest with you. I'm normally the shy, collected one, and I don't do that. I don't like being embarrassed in public, and that was. I'm not sure what happened last night. I tell you this. I left without getting anything I went for. Besides the toaster.
Not your toaster, buddy. Whatever.
Yeah.
Zip wanted postcards, and it was right towards the end. Steve was so flustered, he walks over and he grabs. These are the only two I see. You're getting those. It just throws them in the cart.
I went around the other side though, and I found some more. So I just went, okay, grab. He goes, I want two of those ones down there. So I grabbed them. I just ran. I had to get out. It was getting to the point. If it was getting to the point where people were starting to watch, and I didn't like it. So.
And you didn't like it? Whatever.
Dude, not in that situation when you got cops want to stop you at the door. And
I want you to know, I got an announcement here.
Bunch of new subscribers. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
I got an announcement here for Steve.
Yeah.
Coming to Galaxy's Edge opening will be this and that man on the street.
Nice. I like that.
I love it.
That is awesome.
There will be
that. What is that?
That is the this and that. That is the microphone for the Beverly Challenge. But we will be doing Man on the Street with Dave. Even though he don't want to, he's doing it. So that will be coming to the Dis and That live show.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I want to ask you about churros, Steve. I have a need to ask you about churros.
Churros are amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. What else do you need to know? So
Well-
I'm eating it. I'm having a whole smorgasbord of churros on. Is that smorgasbord of churros on Saturday?
I feel like that's extra ethnic, but that's okay. Is a smorgasbord like a Swedish thing? Like you get meatballs with your churros, and you call them a smorgasbord? I don't know.
No, they have like a s'mores churro, and they have just regular cinnamon churros. They have chocolate churro. I mean, they have a ton of them.
Wow.
So I'll tell
When
you
my
what.
family goes to the store in Orlando to buy supplies, there seems to be a little place there that has all the churros from all over the world, and my daughters love it, and that's kind of where I'm
Oh.
going with that. And I don't think you know what I'm talking about, and I'm
I
surprised.
don't.
Yeah,
What I get it from Mexico. Yeah, not. I don't fly to Mexico and grab them.
I get them from
I get
where
it
I
from
thought you were
Mexican
talking.
Pavilion.
I knew what you meant.
It's like cigars. He brings them in.
No, you got to put those in the lightsaber case. They don't like it. When
Where do you get your toaster from?
toaster?
That's where I get my churros from.
Oh, so another one of those moments. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Many times I'm not funny, but I'm especially
Walmart.
not funny.
It's funnier if I understand it, but if I don't understand
know.
it, then it's
Night,
not.
Art Johns. Art Johns is heading out, guys.
Night, Art Johns. Thanks
Hey,
a lot,
buddy.
buddy.
Art, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a good night.
Churros from Mexico.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And I'm having beignets sometime
Oh, I
this
love
week
beignets.
too. They're great, man. I bought
The New Orleans cousin of churros. I love them.
yes, and I want to say it was LSU mom, but I could be wrong, and I don't want to upset anybody if it wasn't. But too late. I think it was LSU mom though told me about this mix that they get, and it tastes just like the beignets from French Quarter. I think it's French Quarter.
Café du Monde.
I bought 2 boxes off Amazon. They're good.
Are they the Café du Monde boxes?
Yes, they are actually.
Yes, they are. I know they are. Yeah. I might have bought a few of those boxes myself. It takes a lot of work to get these abs to be hidden under all this, but I'm up to the challenge.
I think it's a lot easier to get abs than it is to hide them.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's right. You're probably right.
Café du
I mean,
Monde.
I
haven't seen the injury come over the NFL network yet, which is surprising. Unless I just missed it while we were talking.
Hang on a minute. If I lose you, I'm sorry, but it says
They probably got to do an X-ray, put him in the boot while he's getting
Cam Newton stoically walks out of Gillette Stadium in a walking boot after suffering a foot injury versus the Patriots 8 minutes ago.
Who's the backup there? Zip? Zip, I know you know.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Here, I'll just look it up. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it.
Let's see who's faster. You on a computer or Zip on his phone?
He's probably having trouble typing on his phone.
AJC's worried about the Pop-Tarts.
They're worried about what?
AJC's worried about Pop-Tarts. No Pop-Tarts.
What about the Pop-Tarts?
I
I got Pop-Tarts.
He will cook them. Please don't. We don't want to go down that path again.
Kyle Allen, Will Greer.
Yeah.
That's it's going to end up being Greer. That's what it'll be.
If he's hurt. I mean, obviously he's hurt, but yeah, the Pop-Tarts
Here we go.
are right here.
Did you sign on the toaster? Are you autographing it and doing something fun?
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Green. That's great.
So-
NFL. What's that?
So one of the what's what?
Michael Green said NFL. What's that? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going back to Pop-Tarts. The toaster will be so one of the things we're doing that the This and That guys are doing for this summer or this winter for Christmas around. We want it in time for Christmas. Is we mentioned this on the stream, but we do have a purpose for the reason why we buy all the stuff we buy, and that is that we are going to sign everything, all of our costumes, all of our props, and
Thank you. I couldn't do it. Thank you.
auction them off to eBay or eBay or some site, whatever. Actually, Get Kids the World actually said they have good sites that they use to help raise money for that. So we're gonna get with them and run auctions on all of our stuff.
Love it.
To raise money for kids. Give Kids the World at Christmas time. So
Love it.
and the toaster will be in that. And if you're lucky, you might have some toaster leavings, as Al Bundy used to say, with little Pop-Tart and bacon crumbs at the bottom of it.
Zip says Greer's an upgrade over Cam. I don't know. That's a stretch.
Look, Cam can run. He's not very good outside of that.
Won an MVP. I don't like him either, but I don't know. They should have had a better backup. Let's put it that way.
for sure.
Be interesting. I mean, I don't think they're going to do that much in that division anyway. I think Tampa Bay does better than they do.
But they don't have to worry about anything because Colin Kaepernick's still always available.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Is he?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I probably have. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up.
That's a whole nother stream.
DJ Moore, there's the
2 Saturdays
guy.
ago.
So sorry to interrupt you, Steve. DJ Moore is the guy I was talking about earlier with Carolina that I couldn't remember his name.
Oh,
brought it up.
He's their stud receiver.
He's gonna have a breakout year this year.
Yep.
We were talking about some of the rookies that could have breakout. I couldn't.
I've already drafted him twice.
Nice. That's good stuff. Well,
he's a receiver.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. I tell you what, it's going to be a fun year with the NFL. I mean, I think the draft this year brought a lot of good talent into it. I think they've made some changes on some coaches that brought some better coaches in. The kid Nagy in Chicago is probably one of the best coaches they've had in a long time. I love the kid in the Rams. Yeah, that's what I go by, Steve. There you go.
I got it.
So
I think the person that's going to have the biggest breakout this year is going to be Josh Jacobs.
Steve Pop-Tart World.
I got that. I've got him as my rookie of the year.
I think he's going to be, he's my pick too. I mean, they don't have anything. He's going to have to be. So, and I think with John Gruden,
they've got the stud running back or the stud receiver. They've got a quarterback that they loved 2 years ago, so they can put some points up. They're not going to
Derek Carr has to get better for them to be good.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys, if our quarterback in Baltimore figures out a way to throw the ball, that kid that we got, Hollywood Brown, I've been out to 2 Ravens practices out at they call it the Palace where they practice, and I've seen him and down at the stadium once, and that kid is just his speed is ridiculous.
People like
so. The Colts used to have a kid that played in the preseason several years back, and I thought he was the greatest receiver that I maybe had ever seen at that stage in his game. He didn't even make the team; they cut him. His name was Drew Haddad. Kid was laying out, catching everything, and I started doing research about why. I mean, I didn't know why they wouldn't keep him. And one of the local, guys that kind of covers the team said, "Well, that's what Peyton Manning does. He makes bad receivers look good." But the kid was great, and I hopefully that's not the same kind of situation with the guy you're talking about, because he does look like he's got a lot of potential.
He's got. Well, we got, and I tell you what, Boykin, who is the guy we got from Notre Dame, he's been very impressive this preseason, and so we've got a young group of core kids. It's just a question of if our quarterback's going to be able to throw. Are you worried? Is somebody coming in over your back, Steve?
No, I just wondering what the 1970s curtains look behind me like. So
you look like Dave. You're in Dave.
Honestly, that's exactly what I was just getting. I was thinking, man, I can
need
be
the
like
halo off to the
Dave.
side. Put the halo over there.
Yeah, I need the halo.
I got one light, and guys, I'll tell you what. This room, I don't know how it's still standing. Like sports is in major need of a renovation. They started on the other end. They started with movies, but I'm looking at the star shag carpet in here. It's not really shag, but it might as well be. This plug-in outlet right here, I think I showed last night, isn't even flush with the panel. It's like cockeyed, so half of it's sticking out and half of it's recessed inside the plate. The 2 lights over there over the bed, one of them just constantly flickers all night long. It flicks, and then about 10 seconds later, it flickers again. And when you turn on the bathroom light in there, well, here, I'll just show you what it does in the bathroom light.
Oh God!
Because it's not good.
Road trip with
listen,
Steve.
Just listen for a minute.
What?
Every time, watch. If I just shut it off, turn it on again. Every
That's all
time,
creepy.
I don't know. It just so I'm a little surprised the building's still standing. I'm worried that there's going to be a fire and this is going to be like ground zero. So
I honestly believe that we went DVC because of the last time we stayed at one of the All-Stars. Like, wifey was over it.
Look, I really love the All-Star resorts. I think they're some of the better themed resorts. 2 negatives. Number one, this one needs renovated. They haven't made it sports yet. They're all getting renovated like they did Pop Century.
Food court.
But, the food court. It's okay, but
my wife hated it.
It's that's where I had my Mickey waffle sundae. It was pretty good. But
Don Jaworski says the toaster is causing an overload.
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
but the toaster's not plugged in, so
Good thing.
But so anyways, the other thing is, besides we need renovated, is the buses are terrible here. the buses pick up all 3 resorts still, and they're still not dedicated. Sports comes first, then music, then movies, and they don't even go all the way to movies if it gets full. So, like, if it's an empty bus and they know they're not dropping anybody off down there and they get to capacity, well, technically speaking, legally, they cannot pick up anybody else. They just turn around and don't even go down there.
Wow.
So, that was the way it was the last time I stayed here. There was times when the bus would come to sports, pick up, and fill up, and then couldn't go anywhere else. They turn around and go the other way. So that's the only negative. And they're as far south as you get. So, you gotta. It takes a long time to get anywhere. But, yeah.
You're not making me feel good about this.
Look, we're all here. We're all here, so it's gonna be okay because we can all just go stay in the line together. But now, I got it because it came with free dining. So if I have to choose which resort to stay at anytime on property, it's always Pop Century. Pop Century's renovated. It's centralized within Disney World.
I've never stayed there. I need to stay there. Everybody loves it.
It's great. It's fantastic. But again, it's also all modern, and I like modern things. I'm not a classic guy. And it's but the best part about it is though it has its own bus. It doesn't go to Art Animation and pick both up. It has its own dedicated bus system. It now has a gondola system, and it also is centralized within Walt Disney World. So no matter which direction you're going to, wherever you're going, it's all about the same.
We stayed back in May. We stayed at Pop Century, and I loved it. It was really
gorgeous.
Nice. Say anything other than they love it. They all love it. I'll check it out.
It's not, and then you go on Hourglass Lake, which you can walk. I mean, you literally can walk off the big lobby. You walk through the first pool, and then you walk across Hourglass Lake and into the pool of Art Animation, and then to the building there. I go over there and get pins and stuff all the time. It's just a big walk, and that's where the gondola system is going to be right in the middle of them.
Pete, what are you smiling at? Pete is just giggling at the storm over there. I ain't kept up with that.
Me and Kelly, but I can't see what it says.
I can't see what it says either. All right,
Pete, you're muted.
You got nothing.
Pete, you're muted.
I'm looking.
Sorry, back on now. Can you hear me?
That's what you get for not picking Cowboys.
I just said this to Walt, and it says, "I'm on with Steve. Be careful. I think you're staying at a place that's going to catch on fire."
You never know.
I was gonna no. See, but you kind of messed it up because I was gonna make Walt think it was like the Tower of Terror ride that he's gonna be on with all the flickering lights and everything.
I didn't mess it up.
That's true.
He asked why. I said the toaster's on overload.
I think it's to prepare you for the ride at Galaxy's Edge. That when you get done and it's all sparking and
yeah, he's got it right.
You're the pilot. Remember, you're the pilot.
I am. No, I'm not going to spark it. That ain't no. Me and Shep. Look, if you needed 2 better pilots in the world, you're not going to find any 2 better than me and Shep. Not going to happen.
Sounds just like Han Solo.
We'll be like, I'm going right, I'm going left. Well, let's see what happens. So
I want to be the one behind you as you guys come out from the first time you're ready. I want to be videoing that when you guys come out.
Well, when we walk out, we're just gonna. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. I got to be honest. I was kind of fired up today. I'm surprised your ears weren't burning. About 8:30, we were getting ready to come on, and Kelly and I were talking offline and doing stuff. And Kelly went away, and I was talking to Preston for a minute because Donna was talking about coming down. I said, I'm talking about Galaxy's Edge. I said, man, I can't wait to ride the Falcon. Blah blah blah. And I go, you looking forward to it? And he looks at me with a straight face, and he goes, yeah, but Dad, if Zipper Steve asked me to go with them, I'm going with them first. And I looked right at him. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I'm not going with Shep. He's nuts. That's great. They're showing Cam right now on the NFL Network walking out in a big boot. He's got somebody carrying his luggage and everything. Foot injury not considered serious. X-rays negative to undergo more tests on Friday.
I bet
out
he big boot on
3 weeks.
one of the cameras on him. That's
that's true too.
Yeah. Interesting.
I blame him for the whole raise your intelligence thing a few years ago and the dab thing, and oh my gosh, kill me.
Well, we're about 7 minutes out. I promised Kelly we would be done by midnight because he's got to get up way early in the morning again after he's worked 4 hours. So
wow.
We're gonna
is it midnight?
It's almost. We got about 6 minutes.
So are we gonna like end the broadcast with saying happy birthday?
Well, you whatever you want. I can't stop you from doing that. I know that, Steve.
We can do it faster than Shep.
He doesn't, dude, guys. He doesn't understand. The best part is he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, dude, it doesn't go happy birthday. Like, speed it up. Get some tempo going here.
He's singing it like he's singing to his kids when they're all around him.
What was he singing? What was he singing? He was totally off, and he had no idea. It wasn't that. It was. What was that?
I don't think he's ever been off, but
Oh my god, that was so funny that night.
I love him. He's never off to me. So
yeah, it's awesome. It's just the personality, and you just it's amazing. So, Steve, real quick, obviously, I was so happy that you joined these gentlemen here. Talk about a couple things that you got going on with your channel for those that are watching that are seeing you new for the first time with all the things that you have going.
And to be honest with you, I haven't even put out a vlog in 3 weeks. So because I'm having too much fun doing everything else.
You're going to need to take those curtains with you for the rest of the time. I need those curtains in the back for now.
Those are you don't want those.
I'm going to go and steal some if you don't steal those. So watch out, Disney people. It'll be me.
I think it's the leftover carpet they had. They just hung it up. I don't know.
You know, Steve, if you get those curtains, you'll have something that PPTV doesn't have. You know, Pepper Tree.
Oh, now you got me. There's a lot of stuff in there.
I would agree with you, except for I don't. I'm sure they do have them, but that's
yeah. I mean, they have the toilet paper. I mean,
they are.
Anyways, so Monday nights is my show. We mix it up, talk about all kinds of different Disney stuff. We are doing the interviewing. I don't even remember getting to know you, but it's gonna. Like I said, that's only gonna happen about once every 4 or 5 weeks. So we're not gonna be doing that a lot. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Again, Jeff does it every week, and he does a fantastic job with it.
I don't care.
I just want it. Well, I got other things I want to do too. So,
but don't not do it because of me. I don't care.
Well, and one day I'm gonna have you on the show too. So, but I'm gonna go back and watch the stream you did with me and ask you the exact same questions. So,
I will lie the whole time.
That's great.
But so no, Monday nights 8:00 we're going. Meg's right. Me and Meg are back to back. So I love the fact that she's right after me now. Wednesday nights the Dis and Act show at 9:00 going forward, still at 9:00. This coming week we'll be streaming live from Galaxy's Edge line, and it'll be on my show or my stream. We're going out of order here a little bit. So, but we're going to start it early. So this week it'll start after the dinner at Sanaa. I know you're not going to have any idea what time we're going to get done, but it'll start after the dinner at Sanaa. When I get back to the guys, we're going to start the stream up a little early. Probably, I want to say it's going to be about 7:00. I don't know that for sure, but it's probably going to be around 7:00-ish, and we're going to stream for 4 or 5 hours. And there may be streams all night long. We're debating, so we'll see how that goes. But
are you going to bring back service for all of us?
I'm bringing back as much bread service as I can handle. So I
don't know that I even knew what bread service was before all you people started talking about bread service.
I still don't know. I still don't know what it is.
It's bread with sauce, right? Like what do I not?
It's like if they have naan. I know they have naan just because I like saying naan, and I don't know what other breads they have. But it's other breads, and then you have naan.
Say that again. It's what because you like to say it. What?
Naan, Naan, naan.
None.
It's almost like a zip word that he changed. It was probably
I don't know if I believe you.
Added a bunch of A's to it. No, and then they have I think 9 dipping sauces, and they have like they have something mango, which I love mango, and they have something that they get really spicy stuff.
So it sounds like Chick-fil-A with bread, all the sauces.
Chicken guy with sauces.
Never been.
You never been? What do they got at Chick-fil-A? Chicken fillet. What do they have at Chick-fil-A? I know they
all
have
the sauces. I actually usually now say I want all the sauces. They actually give me all the sauces. They have like
we have ranch and Chick-fil-A sauce at my Chick-fil-A.
They have like 20.
Steve, let me let me pause you for a second because I promised Rachel that I would show him my dog. Let me see if I can do this real quick.
While you're showing the dog, let's say goodnight to Amy at Agency Magic. Good night, Amy. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
That's my chocolate lab.
He blends in with the rug.
He does blend in with the rug. Yep. And then my yellow, Rex, come here. They're Disney and Rex are their names.
Nice.
Disney and Rex?
Disney and Rex. He's named after T-Rex he's got
I was gonna say what Walt was taken, but
Walt was taking.
That's
Where's the one over here? So there you go, Rachel. You've now seen both of my puppies. My one dog took my bottle and is chewing it up.
they look happy.
Yeah, they're good dogs. And they were terrified of the storm. That's why they were. I apologize to the camera there. They're terrified of the storm. So I made my commitment. It's got the dogs on stream. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. And
So,
then only,
Talk about Saturday night. You got your
Saturday
show Walt,
yeah,
sports
we do
talk.
sports night. We're not doing sports night this week or next week, I don't think. This week, just because they're getting in late tomorrow night, and we're gonna. They also are moving their son down to college, so they have some different things going on. And we were both talking about. I said, let's just not do it. If we want to do something from the parks or something, we can. But I said, let's not do sports night. I mean, it's just he's got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. We kind of thought we might at least do something from the parks just so that, if people actually do want to come watch, they'll at least have something to watch. But we're not going to be talking about sports this week for sure.
Absolutely.
But that's every Saturday at 8:00. And the best thing about that for me is I think we tackle some subjects that people don't want to talk about. And we also we incorporate Disney. We have some fun things we talk about, do some brackets. But my favorite ones are the ones I get passionate about. And the things that nobody wants to talk about.
You did, yeah. If you guys go back and watch, they did a great conversation about Kaepernick and the whole kneeling controversy and everything. Kelly was, I think you were involved with that too, and it was excellent. It was one of the best things I've seen on YouTube.
Thank you, we appreciate that. But what the big thing with us is though it's cordial and respectful to see both sides of the opinions. We're very passionate about it, but it's still held cordially and open-minded and respect for everybody.
Absolutely.
I think it was amazing. I thought it was an amazing stream. I really was thankful that the guys invited me on for that, and I thought it was great. It was very well done. Very well done.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Jeff, you got a big interview coming up this Sunday, which I know I'll be watching. I'm excited.
Thank
so
you.
talk about what you got going.
Yeah, Josh from Resort TV 1 will be on Sunday night on DisTube. And I do that every Sunday. Actually, I will have the first Sunday without that because it'll be during my flight home the week after that. But so I was trying to figure out what to do there, but I'll be on the plane. So, but then September we got a podcaster and For the Love of the Mouse, and it's going to be good. I'm really excited. I'm actually full up all the way through December right now, so I'm really excited about it. I've been actually trying to decide what I want to do in 2020, but I think I'm just going to keep it rolling. There's so many people out there that I love to get on. It's been a lot of fun. The reason I started that show was really to get to know more people in the community, but also to share my favorites. And it's really blossomed into something that I'm having fun with. So, and then this will be not next Thursday, but the following Thursday. I'm super excited about this show. I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Last year, Kelly, I'm pretty sure that's where we got to know each other. Like I did a few sports streams. I planned on doing some baseball streams late at night, but then had the house. I moved and things changed. And so this is kind of taking the place of that for me. I can't wait to talk to you guys all NFL season. Even if my Chargers don't have a safety, it's going to be a blast.
This is going to be awesome. Kelly, talk to us about your channel. Talk to us a little bit about what I know you're passionate about. So,
by the way, Kelly, before you go, what the heck? I didn't do this on purpose, but we've got Julie.
Hey, I want you to know when you did your announcement of this show, I caught that, and I didn't get to say anything to you about it. Yeah.
I don't usually sit at this angle, I guess, because I don't really notice it behind me very much. But
yeah,
whatever. There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Hey, what's the little thing at the bottom of it?
It's a stamp.
Is it? Oh, is it really?
From, I don't know, the Republic of Togla. I don't really know what it is.
Is it the same picture?
It's the same. It appears that it's the same picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
that's fantastic. And I don't have the Mickey one, but I've got the first responder from 9/11. I've got that one back here.
Yeah, back there.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the stamp has to do with it.
Oh, that's
well. Huey's wearing a fireman's outfit.
Birthday cake.
Huh,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
awesome.
know. I just like it.
that is very cool.
I actually it should bring up the stamp. It made me think that when we went to Walt Disney's family farm in last Saturday, I actually got a postmarked envelope from their town where they had the commemorative stamp of Walt Disney, and it's postmarked his hometown from I want to say it was 1960 something.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. So it's an original stamp. It's postmarked from there, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'll have to share that sometime.
Isn't that up on the, what was that, the barn? Well, I don't know what that was, but that was cool.
Yeah, I was showing people that today.
The barn is, they encourage you to tag the barn and basically say thank you to Walt Disney. And so I had the opportunity to put some names up there. I had some people in the stream, but I promised those guys that I would do that for them when I got there.
You're a official gang member, so there you go.
He's awesome.
So Disney is immortalized on Walt's family farm barn, and we had Mickey's Magic Meg. We got her up on there too. We had Mike Wheeler. We threw him up there, and Pam's fam as well, because they were in the stream. So we thought that was pretty cool to do that. And we tagged ourselves too. So the stream, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So glad we could share that with some people. So for us, Saturday, I'm working some extra hours. Got a lot of stuff going on at my work right now. And so I'm not going to be home for the Saturday stream, but Mama Mouse is going to be doing a Saturday stream. And I'm scared because she's going to be by herself pushing buttons. So we'll see how that turns out. And
by the way, are you still in Topeka right now? Because it looks like your house, but
no, we're home. We made it home.
Good.
Yeah. I'm not letting Mom navigate anymore. So we did make it home from Marceline, Missouri. They had blocked all the highways. We ended up backwards, so we struggled getting home that day, but we made it home safely. It wasn't that bad. So Mama's streaming on Saturday at 1 o'clock. It's our normal stream time on that. This Friday, I usually stream at noon to help everybody get through their last day of the week thing. And I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm working some extra days this week. Actually, I'm working every day up till basically we fly.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm pulling some long hours at work. The last 3 days, I've what did I say? 39 hours, Jeff? Is that what I told you?
39 and 3 or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's been.
I remember days when I was young enough to do that. Not really. It was a long time ago.
I've been living off this for the last 2 hours trying to make it through. So. And then we're off down to Disney, and we'll do some live streaming from down there. And I will tell you, and probably Steve will agree, that I don't think I'm going to do anything set because it is going to be so crazy meeting everybody, spending time with people. Yeah. We'll stream when we can, you know.
I've had a bunch of people asking me, will I be streaming? I'm like, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, a lot of what goes on down there is going to be us interacting with a lot of other people. So it's not like we're going to be streaming the whole time we're going to be down there and do 8-hour streams or anything like that.
I cut out.
Hi, Donna. Thank you.
I didn't
Hi, Donna.
I haven't even taken the gimbal at all with me to start streaming. It's not right now. I'm just enjoying everything and meeting people.
Yeah, I'll get a lot of footage, but I'm not going to plan on anything really. And you know what I really want to do, Steve, and it's totally your fault. Actually, I wanted to get you on the show and talk about it, but now here we are. The game, what's the game called? Where'd my map go?
Kingdom Hearts?
Let me move my map. Yeah. Yes.
Kingdom
I've
Hearts.
never done that. And you've got me like freaked out about
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. I thought that's what you said.
I got my cards today. I actually gave them to Cargo to take home because they've never gotten them. I went in and started a game today and picked up my free pack of cards, and yeah, it's gonna be totally your fault. I can't wait to do that. If you're not sure where I'm at, I'm on Main Street. I'm playing that game. That's what I want to do. Happy birthday, Pete. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think somebody's birthday. You beat me to it.
50
years.
Yep.
So, my world.
Just means I've been irritating people for 49 years.
Actually, it means that for 50 years.
50.
I know math is rough, but this is an easy one, big guy.
My mother told me the first year I was good. After that, it was a mess.
You set us up for that. I like it.
So Kelly's got all that going. Thank you, everybody in the chat. First off, Corey's here. I see Corey.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Corey?
Hi, Corey.
Corey tried to almost like a FaceTime with me earlier. I don't think either one of us could hear either the other one. So
D23, baby, I'll be all over your channel next few days, man. Can't wait. I have to live vicariously through you. So,
hey, if you guys have not checked out Corey Meets World, those guys are heading to D23, him and Shep, and you guys don't want to miss what they're going to be putting out. So make sure you go check out Corey Meets World. subscribe to that channel because you're going to get some good stuff. Check out Shep at the Shep family because you know the Diz and that part of that crew is going to be giving you all kinds of great stuff too. So make sure you check them out.
And we're definitely going to work. I'm going to talk with Corey when we're down in Florida about having him come on one night with us too, and bring some people. You know, for me, it's you know, being an influencer is a big thing. You're a creator. That is pretty special. And what gentlemen do, the people that are in this chat, like Corey, like the Dis and That crew, like Walt, so many more, and I'm not leaving anybody out. I look at myself as a supporter and an enhancer. So what I tell everybody is, take a look at the people I'm following and go check out their channels. These are people that are putting out great content. They're delivering family-friendly stuff. They're educating you. If you're having a little fun with it. If you see Steve's show on Saturday with Walt, you'll realize how good it is about, you know, the sports talk and the topics they're having. The interviews that Jeff's doing on Sunday, amazing. Kelly's stuff with Mama Mouse, seeing these two interact as a husband and wife and putting stuff together. They're more creative than I'll ever be. And of course, the Dis and Dat crew on Wednesday night. I sit up every Wednesday night and just double over in tears, laughing, you know, just waiting for something to happen. And I've been lucky enough with Kelly and to be a little bit extended part of that. And I'm so gracious because I go to bed with a smile every day. So,
you go to the couch. You go to the couch every Wednesday.
I hate to say this. I have not put it on the stream yet, but ever since I set up this office, I've been sleeping in here. Because I'll go walking into the room at 2 o'clock. It happened last night after the whole toaster 101. I walked into the bedroom and the dog started barking at me. And she goes, I got to go to work in an hour. Back to the other room. Came right back in here. Turned on the TV. I watched the WDW couple do something that they were doing and fell asleep. And that's what I did. So
I was going to say, Steve, did you see what Corey said? But there, it's up on the screen.
Steve, yeah, my set is.
Corey, you don't like the towels hanging behind it? What the heck is that?
Dude,
Corey,
yeah,
he's
like
at Dave's house.
Code back there.
He is not at Disney. He is at Dave's house.
I'm at Dave's house. I'm at Dave's house when Dave had hair.
Halo. Before he
I'm going to play with this here because I haven't had this opportunity yet. No, that's not what I want. Okay,
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to present Steve.
So down to the very bottom, and when you see the four of us in a line or whatever, and if
right,
you don't click it, but if you hover over it, the upper left-hand corner will have a. There you go.
Look at that.
Look at them. Look at these curtains, guys.
Ooh.
I mean, so
If
pretty.
you put your phone up against that, who knows what kind of website you'll get? You never know.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. PTV definitely wouldn't have those. There's no
What
doubt.
is that shirt wanted? Like, Steve, I want to know about that shirt there now that we had you highlighted.
Oh, so this is my brand new shirt from the Disney store. It says, as a matter of fact, I am wanted.
Uh-huh.
By all the ladies. Reward is getting to be with me. Please post in a conspicuous place.
I love Gaston. I love it.
That's awesome.
If you get like two more of them,
Corey said he just traveled back in time 20 years.
Yeah, see? He
right?
knows. Corey,
20 years. 20 years. 70s at least.
So touring the galaxy, John, Dana, I'll make sure I tell Mama in the morning I'll wake her up.
Don't go wake her up now. Let's sing to her.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I want to sleep in my bed tonight. I'm not Pete. I don't want to sleep not down here.
I wish we had more time. We'd bring Corey on and let him talk. He's going nuts out there in California. He's got so much extra time. It's only 9 o'clock out there, so he's got nothing to do.
Dude, he's eating some
tonight.
Did what?
He did a great stream tonight again.
Dude, he's eating some amazing food. I know that.
Yeah, he's eating like a champ. So, well, look, we promised Kelly we would get off, so we got to wind it up. We're going to be back not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, which will be opening night. Bears and the Packers. I'm hoping to get Dale, who is a big Bears fan, on that night with us live for a little bit. And to do that, Steve, of course, you're always welcome on here. You bring a lot to the show. I couldn't do this without these two gentlemen here. I can't even do it. I'm not even as good as Shep on this.
Yeah.
I'm not Shep. That's saying something. Couldn't do what we do without these two men. We're so grateful still had 20 some people in the chat here after midnight. We're grateful.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
I couldn't think of a better thing to start my birthday than chatting with you guys for a few minutes. I value your friendships. It's important to me. I can't wait to hang out with you guys when we get down to Florida, and we'll finish it with the same way I always say. You know, the world's a better place when you put a smile on someone's face. Take that with you. Gentlemen, good night. It's been great. Kelly,
Everybody,
kill a stream.
thank you guys so much. All right.
Good night, all.
Appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you so much.
If you kill it, we can stay and talk, Kelly.